My camera not on. Damn, that's deep. My bad, y'all. Fam, why my camera not working? It was just on, fam. I don't know who deleted it, bro. You deleted it. Wait, I don't know what's going on with my camera, bro. What they on? This motherfucker was just working. Bruh. Hold on. Yo, that comment's crazy, bro. That comment is crazy. This shit was just working, so I'm super confused. Like, I checked all this shit before I even started streaming. Okay, motherfucker. Damn. Finally. God damn.
Welcome back, Weenie.
That shit was feeling. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Damn. Like, it was just literally working before I even started the stream. You know, I had to make sure all that shit was gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But yeah, man, how y'all feeling this evening, man? I'm fresh off work. Hopefully I don't pass out in the middle of the stream and y'all be screenshotting me looking dumb as hell, asleep at the chair. Oh, shit. Talking about I turned on the lights. You bogus as hell. Oh, my bad. What was loud? Was it the horns? Was it the horns? They not that loud. All right, I'm finna do it again. They ain't that loud. Okay, wait, maybe it might be a little bit. Wait, let me see. Maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. Talking about I turned on the lights. Y'all funny as hell, boy. But yeah, man, we finna get through some content tonight. We finna get through this shit. Damn. Okay, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'll turn down the horns. I did. This is the first time I've heard that, but maybe it's because y'all got the headphones in. It's loud, but I didn't know it was loud. Nobody ever told me it was loud. I'm quiet. I'm quiet. I fucking got this stupid buzz. I have a hissing in my mic sometimes, and it's not like, I don't know what causes it. It's sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, I don't know if y'all hear when I'm not talking, but sometimes it hisses and sometimes it doesn't. So like when I turn my gain up, I can ensure that it's gonna be worse. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. Until y'all bring it to your attention, you're not gonna hear it as much. And I don't even know what causes it. So it really blows me that this even happens. The horn was just horning. Yeah, so I gotta figure out what's happening that makes it hiss. But when I talk, you definitely can't hear it. And then sometimes it goes in and out. And if it gets too annoying, I'll just mute the fucking mic. But for those that y'all seen, well, some of y'all probably seen my Andrew Tate. Thanks to Tron, he sent me that video where Andrew Tate covered the Lauren Southern situation. And Gadget covered that situation. And Gadget has been on top of Andrew Tate's neck for years. So, bro, we say that, bro, that's some Chicago shit. We say that shit blew me. It's blowing me. Like, that's just, you're going to have to get used to it. I don't know how to change that. That's just how when something was, I was going to say, when something blow you shit, you going to say that shit blew me. But yeah, when something upsets you, we say that shit blew me. But, yeah, Gadget made a video covering Andrew Tate. And basically, Gadget doing what Gadget does, he, presume, he's exposing Tate for a liar. Again, a lot of this stuff, students started saying it. That's old, though. They started saying it's blowing is old. That's funny. But, so there's no here's a video of what happened proof, because as most adults and rational people know, these type of crimes are hard to prove. All you can do is use a lot of circumstantial evidence to build a case. And I think this has a lot of merit to it. After Gadget went in depth, because this is what he's been doing, I think it's very plausible that this happened. So let's see what Gadget has for us today.
There's not been a single woman who's accused me of a crime, not a single woman who's accused me of rape, not a single woman who's come out and said anything from my entire past of 36 years I've done anything wrong.
Now that was just a wild claim in general.
Ever.
Dude, people are fucking human trafficking in the right
If you don't know, that is Lauren Southern talking right there at the bottom right.
wing. People are complicit in this shit.
Thank you.
There is fucking
Said anything from my entire past of 36 years I've done anything wrong ever.
dude, people are fucking human trafficking in the right wing. People are complicit in this shit.
Thank you.
There is so much going on
Thank
behind
you.
the scenes that is sick and broken, and if they are terrified of people like me who know about it, they're terrified of me speaking up, and the only reason
Lauren,
I
should
haven't
we just
spoken
make a
up is
documentary,
because
you
they
and
have
me?
threatened my fucking family. So I have not spoken up, and I probably should.
Now, that isn't fully incriminating. That's not like, oh, they caught him red-handed. But it's very telling. Keep in mind, all this shit is in the past. This isn't after Tate has had all these accusations put against him. All this shit happened already. So I don't know if y'all, if you either want to believe that Lauren Southern is this 5D chess player that can just predict the future of people, but her recollection of things seem to match on to things that came out later. Funny enough. And to be honest, she said there's people on the right. I don't even believe that. I feel like she was just talking about him probably, because I'm not even one to believe that this is happening in mass on the right. I don't believe a lot of these right-wing influencers are doing shit Tate does, but he aligns himself with the right. She probably was just talking about him.
Yet another woman is saying that Andrew Tate violently raped and strangled her. Canadian political influencer Lauren Southern went public with her allegations against Tate last week with the
Can y'all hear
release
the
of
video
a
well?
new book and a free Substack article that consisted of the chapters in her book that included her allegations against Tate. My latest video went in depth into the story Lauren told in her book about the alleged assaults she experienced at the hands of Andrew Tate. I'll leave the link in the description for anyone who wants to check it out. This video will focus on the aftermath of Lauren Southern going public with these allegations, as well as the response from some individuals who are defending Tate and a look into what their motivation might be. But first, a quick recap into what these allegations from Southern consist of. Lauren insinuates in the book that she believes she was drugged by Tate. She says he carried
Gadget talk slow.
her back to her hotel room and that she was incredibly intoxicated. She says Tate kissed her. She wasn't expecting it. She kissed him back briefly and then told him she wanted to sleep. She says Tate wanted to go further and she said no very clearly multiple times. He put his arm around her neck and began strangling her unconscious. She tried to fight back and he repeatedly strangled her every time she regained enough consciousness to pull at his arms. She says she'd prefer not to share the rest and that it's pretty obvious. The first thing that stands out about this testimony is that it is identical to what Tate's alleged victims have been saying for over a decade. At least 9 separate women have
So, according to the order, the 15-year-old victim, God, the 15-year-old victim, Andrew Tate, is alleged to have sexually abused, was named redacted, and is quoted. Also, I specified that when we had sex, Andrew was often aggressive with me in the sense that he beat me with a belt, choked me. It happened that once he choked me until I fainted, circumstances in which he woke me up by slapping me in the face. So I guess it's so funny. Somebody was on my other Andrew Tate video where Tim Pool was defending or trying to exonerate him and make him look like it didn't happen. This dude was in the comments like, Tate has never been accused of trafficking 15-year-olds, but Destiny has been accused of having sex with 15-year-olds. Excuse me, you just got this all mixed up. And then it was kind of like, I don't even know if I brought up Destiny in that video. That he's bringing up Destiny to come. I guess because she had sex with him, but that was it. But it's like, Destiny has not been accused of having sex with underage women. Tate is. How did you just lie like that? I'm like, how you just gonna lie in this whole comment? It was so crazy. I'm gonna post that shit when I post this video up too.
Reported either to the media or to the police.
No, I agree,
the
buddy.
exact same methods of abuse at the hands of Andrew Tate. Violent, unconsensual strangulation followed.
Andrew Tate's girlfriend says he nearly choked her unconscious during violent sex report. And again, keep in mind, Lauren said this shit she wrote the book. I don't know when she wrote, how long ago she started writing the book, but she said that this incident happened in 2018, and she said something in 2018. I think people need to remember that because I think people are ignoring it.
By him raping their unconscious bodies. It's also important to note that we know for an absolute fact that these allegations from Lauren Southern have not just been brought up now out of the blue. As I mentioned in the previous video, I can now say that I've known about these allegations for a long time, and I've spoken with people who told me that they heard of these allegations either from Lauren or elsewhere around the time of the alleged incident in 2018. And there is more to back this up. Last week, in the aftermath of Lauren Southern releasing her book and Substack article, the New York Times released an article about this story. In it, the Times confirmed that Miss Southern had produced a report from a Toronto. Lauren Southern releasing her book and Substack article. The New York Times released an article about this story. In it, the Times confirmed that Miss Southern had produced a report from a Toronto hospital where she sought treatment in 2018. The report.
So, the New York Times confirmed it, that she did this in 2018. It's not, at this point now, it's not just that Lauren said it happened in 2018. This is saying that the New York Times, they did an article on this situation, and they corroborate that she probably has the evidence that she said this in 2018. Ms. Southern declined to comment further on the allegations, but she provided the New York Times a copy of a 2018 report from a Toronto hospital where she said she had sought treatment. A nurse who examined Ms. Southern notes in the form dated February 28, 2018, that Ms. Southern had reported being strangled and assaulted by a 30-year-old man in Romania on February 22nd. And the hospital, I was trying to see if she, with the date that she went, 6 days later? The hospital said this week that it was unable to authenticate. The hospital said this week that it was unable to authenticate the report because of patient privacy. Interesting. I find that very interesting. I don't know how that works. the hospital said that they was unable to authenticate it. So if what's weird about that is if it's Lauren, unless the New York Times went like, can you authenticate this? But then why would you put your name behind it to say you corroborated it? Like, why would you go behind and say she provided this information? Because the hospital, I guess they could authenticate it if Lauren went herself. No, yeah, I get it. It's because of HIPAA. Like, they can't be like, yes, that's Lauren Southern if the New York Times goes with it. But if Lauren get like a new printed version of what happened in 2018 or something? Yeah, no, I get that, Tron. But they got whatever Lauren gave them. So when they went, I get that they can't confirm it with the hospital for sure, but I want to know why Lauren couldn't get like a reprinted copy of whatever it was or something like that to provide to New York Times so they can know that it's new. Maybe because the hospital says she did come, but they can't maybe get it notarized. Yeah, like Bunny, it's like that the New York Times probably tried to confirm the legitimacy of it through the hospital, which of course they can't do that because of HIPAA. But I'm wondering why they even had to do that. Like, maybe they just wanted to do their due diligence, but they probably did trust what she provided. I mean, I'm sure she didn't falsely replicate. Well, they did it to Rolo. They definitely made some false shits for Rolo. No, she did get the hospital report, but because of HIPAA, they can't confirm it. I guess that makes sense. But I'm guessing it's New York trying to, due diligence. New York Times was trying to be 100% certain, but they're saying that they said a copy, so they didn't say like a certified, like, yeah.
Report includes notes from a nurse, dated the 28th of February 2018, that Miss Southern had reported being strangled and assaulted by a 30-year-old man in Romania on the 22nd of February. The sexual assault assessment form that Miss Southern shared with the Times confirms that she had requested counseling and sexual health tests.
When she returned to Canada, Miss Southern went to Women's College Hospital in Toronto, according to a sexual assault assessment form that she shared with the Times, and requested counseling and sexual health tests. The hospital report said that Miss Southern had a physical examination and reported pain, swallowing, red dots on her face and under her eyes, and other symptoms from strangulation. Again, she provided this stuff to the New York Times. I do think it would be a stretch to even, I don't know if it's illegal, but I would think it's very that's too much work to falsify this type of paperwork to just get over on Tate. I don't know. That just seems like way too much work.
The hospital report said that Miss Southern had a physical examination and reported.
Yeah, Tron, I figures.
Pain.
They ain't sue. Tate could sue Gadget and shit and Milk Bar. He could sue some YouTubers. He ain't suing no New York Times.
Swallowing, red dots on her face and under her eyes, and other symptoms from strangulation.
Y'all heard what Watt said. He said, hey, like the stream, I'll steal all your earring backs and hide your pet's allergy medication. Yeah, y'all gotta like the stream, man, because nobody want to miss their earring backs.
So we can say pretty conclusively that's the idea that Lauren Southern is just making up this story now to make money selling a book is utterly absurd. Either it would have taken a massive, elaborate plan dating back to 2018 before Tate was even famous, or it would require some form of time travel. It's time now to have a look at some of the responses to these allegations from Lauren Southern, and it's appropriate that we start with someone who is deeply involved.
Damn it, you better like it for whatever reason, goddammit.
This story. The person who arranged this meeting in Bucharest that led to the alleged assault. I'm of course talking about Andrew Tate's longtime friend, Stephen Yaxley Lennon, aka Tommy Robinson.
Here's a horrible fact, okay? I was there when Lauren Southern travelled to Romania with Andrew Tate. I was in the hotel room next door. When I walked out in the morning when we were leaving, Lauren Southern's at the door kissing him. Okay? So when you read what she says there, like he's her, that's what she's implying. It's a bit weird to be kissing him on his door and then get in the car and message him the whole way. Insanity.
Yes, sir.
Absolute bullshit.
Of course, Tommy was met with quite a bit of skepticism and pushback for this defense of his friend. So, in response to someone on Twitter, he uploaded this video. There's a bit to unpack from it, so I'm going to play the video in full, then discuss.
You're not listening, are you? I'm saying I saw her kissing him, yeah? Then he walked her down, we all walked down, yeah? Then she messaged him the whole time. I was with her in the car. Then she went back out to Romania to see him again. That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling you what I saw, yeah? That's what I saw. Shall I just remain silent? When someone's getting an accusation against that, shall I not say what I saw? And lead people to believe what she's saying, even...
I'm finna look, but I could have sworn Tommy Robinson, like, part of his background is lying about something. Am I wrong? I'll let it play. I feel like something about his background was lying.
No, I know 100% fact.
To be fair, though, Lauren Southern's a liar, too, to be fair.
What she says about me and her is total fucking lies. I know it is. So I know she's a liar, yeah? I know she's using her book to promote herself, to reinvent herself, and that's all it's about. So I'm calling out what I saw. That's what I saw. I'm not remaining silent on it. Yeah? And me and Tate had disagreements, okay? I know Tate from growing up. I strongly disagree with his actions, especially recently, especially with Hamas, especially with Islam. And we've had back and forward discussions and heated debates about it, personally, privately. So I wouldn't be just jumping.
He a scammer, bro. I'm sorry, like, I guess with scamming, that immediately makes you a liar. Tommy Robinson's criminal record includes convictions for violence, financial and immigration frauds, cocaine possession with intent to supply, and public. First of all, Lauren said the man had cocaine, and Tim Pool's like, why would he put a cocaine on an airplane? Blah, 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 blah. And he's fucking been convicted of cocaine possession. Intent to supply and public order offenses. He had previously served at least 3 separate custodial sentences in 2005 for assault in 20... Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I'll come back to that. For assault. In 2012 for using false travel documents, and in 2014 for mortgage fraud. He's a fucking criminal, full blown. Wait a minute. All right. He was born in 87, I think this shit just said. In 2005... Oh, 82. I was finna say. So he 8 years older than me. Okay, he was in his 20s. I'm like, damn. I thought he was a teenager. I'm like, you assaulting people as a teenager, bro?
Pin the defense to Andrew Tate because he's my mate, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm telling you what I saw. You don't know a fucking thing because you weren't there. So you don't have any fucking where to go on this. I saw it. I know she was messaging him the whole time, and I know she went back out to see him. And she says I introduced her to him. She'd already been talking to him. She was already talking to him before we went out there. It's all fucking bullshit. See you later.
Wait, what you think is what's a way to whitewash her past?
As I said, that was a lot. Firstly, let's have a look at Tommy's version of events. That he saw Lauren Southern happily kissing Andrew Tate outside of the hotel room the next morning. And let's compare it to what everyone else who was there has said. Lauren Southern said that Tommy and the 2 other men who joined them on the trip to Romania, Kaylin and George, were first.
Is it though? Because like I said, she's not making herself a perfect victim. It seemed like she's just telling what happened. She didn't see. I mean, yes, she's innocent to the fact that she shouldn't be taken advantage of, but she didn't say it like, she didn't, like, wasn't drunk and stuff like that. I mean, she said she felt like she was drugged, but she did admit to being drunk.
First told what allegedly happened almost immediately after getting into the cab to the airport the next morning. Tommy said, "You serious, mate?" Lauren said, "Yeah," and got into the darker details. Both Kaylin and George confirmed to the New York Times that Lauren had told them about the alleged assault the next morning, as she describes in the book. A friend of Lauren Southern and former member of Tommy Robinson's team, Lucy Brown, told the Times that Miss Southern seemed out of character after the return from her trip, and that Kaylin, George, and Miss Southern all told her about the alleged assault. There are some tweets from Kaylin's old Twitter account that very much go against Tommy Robinson's version of events. Like this one that says, "As someone who has been to Andrew Tate's house in Romania in 2018, I can confirm that he is a despicable criminal that deserves to go to prison. He has been committing heinous crimes for years and shouldn't get away with it for another second."
See, these people can't read into the future. Like, this stuff is old.
or this one where Kaylin says, Andrew showed me his webcam room where he forces women against their will to make...
I'm not saying, like, I agree that Lauren's probably trying to come up off this and give herself a better name. I don't disagree with that at all.
And sexually assaulted someone close to me, both in the same day. When it comes to Tommy's version of events on this infamous trip to Bucharest, it is not he said, she said. Every single other person that was involved tells a completely different story to Tommy. And that's not even getting into the fact that even if Tommy isn't lying and he saw Lauren kiss Tate, the idea that this automatically means that she is lying about being raped by him is moronic. Using this exact logic, any grooming gang victim that Tommy Robinson has talked about, whoever...
Yeah, Bunny, that's true. I think more so. Personally, I need to read the book. If I'm gonna say what she's trying to do, I would have to read the book. We could sit here and say like, oh, she's just trying to speak on her past, or she's just trying to act like she's been innocent and try to rid her bad name. I ain't read it personally, so I can't say. It depends on how the book is laid out to where we could know. You know, it could be either way.
Kiss the abuser is lying and making up this brain-dead take coming from the guy who supposedly can do no wrong because he talked about grooming gangs.
That's true. He talked about he was one of the things people like him for is trying to expose grooming gangs, which I think was true. He was exposing grooming gangs, and now you're like shitting on a potential victim.
Smoking gun is that Tommy says Lauren returned to Bucharest to visit Andrew Tate.
Then she went back out to Romania to see him again. That's what I'm saying.
This is something that Tommy has claimed before. In her book, Lauren denies this and says that it is fabrication. The burden of proof with this one is...
I'm broke. I'm a part-time YouTuber. I'm broke.
On Tommy. It should be very easy to prove. Yes, I have only ever seen...
No, this money not even part-time. I'm getting shafted, bro. It ain't even part-time money. I'm getting fucked.
Tommy saying this with nothing to back it up. Until we see receipts, it is fair to assume that Tommy is lying, as the man is a pathological liar. Towards the end of that manic response video, Tommy throws out his standard line to show everyone that he is an impartial commentator on this subject.
And me and Tate have had disagreements, okay? I know Tate from growing up. I strongly disagree with his actions, especially recently, especially with Hamas, especially with Islam. And we've had back and forward discussions and heated debates about it, personally, privately. So I wouldn't be just jumping into the defence to Andrew Tate because he's my mate, because that's not what I'm doing.
I am very confident that Andrew Tate is not a Muslim, and I think it's very likely that he has discussed this with Tommy Robinson. That really is a joke of an excuse. So yes, Tommy, you would be just jumping to the defense of your self-confessed sex trafficker mate, Andrew Tate. You've been doing it for years.
I thought that was a book
as someone who cares about protecting women and girls from abuse. But you are an absolute fraud. In the aftermath of Lauren Southern coming out publicly with her allegations against Andrew Tate, predictably, a bunch of degenerates came out of the woodwork to defend the self-confessed sex trafficking child predator. One that popped up was Milo Yiannopoulos. Milo went on a rampage on Twitter, frantically trying to discredit Lauren Southern. It turns out Milo has a history with Lauren. In 2019, the following year after the alleged assault, as those in the circle were clearly concerned about this alleged assault from Andrew Tate getting out, Milo released a hit piece on Lauren Southern, saying that she was a secret leftist and was sexually manipulating men to advance her career. The so-called evidence that Milo included were anonymous claims, hearsay, and insinuations involving her team. The reason I bring this up is I see the claims that originated from this article in the comment section of my coverage of Lauren Southern's allegations against Tate.
You got a point, Bunny.
Anyone that's saying these things, the question I have is, what is your evidence?
Okay.
Surely not Milo fucking Yiannopoulos said so. As for what Milo's motivation could be for his degenerate defense of Andrew Tate, well, in an article from November 2024, Milo revealed that his PR management company, Tarantula Management, had secured a new client, Tristan Tate. Milo responded to a post I made about this back in March, saying that Tristan was not a Tarantula client, but he did not respond to my follow-up question of whether Tristan was in fact a client at the time of the article in November 2024. So the question I have for Milo about his recent attacks on Lauren Southern is, what is your motivation? Is this more paid PR work for the self-confessed sex traffickers, the Tates? And if so, where is your dignity? The last character I want to cover in this video is British YouTuber and Alex Jones collaborator Paul Joseph Watson. Paul is a long-time collaborator of Andrew Tate, one of the right-wing influencers responsible for helping Tate break through from obscurity and gain access to a larger audience, even after the Tate's arrest for human trafficking, rape and other crimes. Paul Joseph Watson was one of the influencers we could see shamelessly pushing propaganda about their cases.
Is Tate guilty of sex trafficking and all the other stuff he's accused of? I don't know, I have no idea. They locked him up without a trial. What I do know is that he's innocent until proven guilty.
This whole locked him up without a trial shit is hilarious, because how many people did he been in jail for how long before he got a trial? Like, let's not act like this isn't par for the course when you've been convicted of a rather serious crime. You know what I'm saying? And to my understanding, Romania is taking the whole trafficking thing very serious because it's a problem for them, right? So let's not do this whole, oh, you've been locked up. What? I'm not saying he committed murder, but yo, why are you saying it's like people that are being convicted of murder get to roam the streets until their trial? Stop. Let's stop with this stupid narrative.
Half of the internet appear to be complete simpletons who think that being accused of something is the same as being convicted of it. Newsflash, it isn't. The lawyer's assertion that he hasn't even been able to properly assess the supposed evidence.
These people being so stupid is making me fuck up my language.
Against the Tate should ring alarm bells. As should the fact that some of the women cited by the prosecution as accusers have since come out and defended the Tate. The head of Stalin's secret police once said,
like,
show me the man,
depending on how serious you're not.
If they want to send Tate down, they'll probably do it, whether he's guilty or not.
They can't put you in jail if you're innocent. Yes, they fucking can. And that's what people don't understand about the world. They can, and they do, and they fucking will.
And when that happens, the Matrix will point to it and say, look, we were right all along. We said he should have been silenced.
Those were classic, pre-prepared Tate propaganda talking points, as if Paul was sitting in Husser's University with the 12-year-old Tate fans waiting for the prompts. As for Paul Joseph Watson's problem with Lauren Southern, it's hard to know exactly what happened, but Lauren says he is salty because she turned him down.
So if they felt personally jilted, then suddenly they would really care about this one political issue or really care about calling out this one grifter or whatever. So like in the case of Paul, the last time I ever saw him was when I rejected him and I told him I didn't want to sleep with him at his apartment in Battersea because I was looking for something serious.
And this seems plausible when you see this string of psychotic texts, which Paul...
A string of texts from Paul Joseph. Who was it to? Comments on your video, can't answer, fraud, disappointed, so disappointed. You can't answer, so pathetic. Jesus, just allow the comments. It's not hard, pathetic. How dare you? Fuck off. Leave me alone. Thought higher of you, but after tonight, no. Just have a family life and enjoy. Excuse me. And protect your child. Much respect for that, but otherwise, fuck off.
Paul sent Lauren that she leaked. Paul has said they slept together. Of course, Milo has said they slept together. I don't really care who did or didn't sleep with who. All we know is Paul Joseph Watson has a long history with...
It sounds like Lauren just really, like... She just seems like a terrible decision maker. Like, Lauren just sounds like she makes some terrible decisions. And again, like I said before, I think she's like a very liberal woman at heart that was trying to force herself to be conservative. And this is the type of shit that happens. You get all your shortcomings thrown in your face because you can't be upfront about it because you're trying to live a double life.
With the Tates, has regularly pushed propaganda for them and hates Lauren Southern. When it comes down to it, if you think there is no way that Lauren Southern's allegations against Andrew Tate are true, you are incredibly lost and confused. For her to just suddenly be making this up for money to sell a book, she would have to have used time travel to make these allegations in 2018, which somehow magically are identical to the many allegations of violence, rape and strangulation that we have now seen many women make against Andrew Tate. Maybe the truth is the more logical scenario that Andrew Tate is a serial violent rapist. If any notable updates come from this story, I'll be sure to share it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of these, or updates on the Tate's various criminal and civil cases, or their many scams. To support the channel, you can join as a member, and if you'd like to make a donation towards our crowdfund to support our legal defense against the ridiculous, frivolous lawsuit Andrew and Tristan Tate have filed against myself and others, you can go to www.freespeechversustate.com.
Yeah, that's a fact. Tate is suing Gadget for his for basically calling him out on his bullshit. Like he's trying to, I guess he's trying to say that slandering him or something. I don't know, but yeah. If y'all want to donate, that's the information. But yeah, I agree. Like, it's not to say like, yes, he's 1,000% guilty, but it's no way to just hand wave it like there's no possible way that this happened. Nah, bro, that's fucked up. That don't even make no damn sense. You can't just hand wave it like that. Man, fuck, she lying. Like, Lauren ain't perfect, and again, you don't have to be perfect to still be victimized. So it's one thing if you don't believe her. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't fully sold on Haley Bailey's story. You know, like, you don't have to be fully sold, but to just hand wave it, nah, bro. That person that was accusing Jay-Z and Diddy, you can hand wave that because once you heard what happened, it made no sense. It was absolutely ridiculous. You're 13, traveling hours away to a concert, and you're naming people that's there, and those people weren't even in the state at the time, and your dad is just nonchalant about picking you up hours away from home. Like, none of it made any sense. So, yeah, you got to listen to what's being said and be like, is it possible? Is it no? Or is it more than likely guilty? Is it more than likely not? You know, I'm not hand waving this situation. All right. Let's get into this fucking Superman review. And the reason I want to watch this is because I've seen this guy get covered by other people. He's another anti-woke person, but he seems like a Gen Z, and he's trying to hop on the wave of like anti-woke and shitting on all movies. And this should be fun because I actually did see Superman this time. You know, no, it's not Critical Drinker. I think he's Gen Z. Yeah, the new Superman. I think he's Gen Z. And he was just, what was the one, what did they review? Shit. I think he was shitting on a new Batman comic I saw. I think it was a Batman comic. And somebody that's, I think it wasn't Birdman, somebody that knows comics, they were just criticizing his rage on the comic that just didn't make sense. And then somebody that don't even know nothing about it, he's unhinged. So I was like, oh, he's back. And he's talking about Superman, which I can talk about because I saw it. So let's see this boy's crazy, more than likely crazy Superman review.
James Gunn's Superman is the worst fucking movie that's ever been made. I stay true.
You don't even have to see Superman to even believe this. There's no way you should. We starting off, boy. You don't even have to see Superman to think that it's the worst movie ever made. Like, I wonder if he's even serious at this point. He probably just trying to come up on YouTube, and this anti-woke shit is the move. And now at this point, if you could be so extreme, people are going to watch you like me for content. Fuck it, we here.
True to what I said, while it's closed, I'm not giving money to James Gunn, The Freak, or DC. But I did watch Superman fully somehow, and I don't know how they did it, but James Gunn...
Hey, for anybody that knows, like, I see this and the Birdman. How do they get this film footage? How do they get this? Especially if it's in high quality, it's not bootleg all the time. I was trying, when I tried to, what video I was trying to make? When I was talking about Ironheart, I was trying to use clips from the show. And I couldn't, bro, I pulled up Disney Plus on here. They got it all figured out. You can't screen record that shit or nothing. So I was just like, God damn, bro, y'all be pulling movies that's in the theaters and showing shit that ain't in trailers. I don't know how they do that shit.
Gunn has managed to make the worst superhero movie ever made. Before we go any further, just be warned that this is not hyperbole. This is not rage bait. This movie is a disgrace to filmmaking. And if you...
No, the only way you could get away with this is saying I'm going to be hyperbolic. The only way to get away with this shit is to say I'm going to be a little bit hyperbolic, but I didn't like the movie. All right, Waz, appreciate you. So because there's nothing you can, the reviews alone tell you it can't be the worst movie ever made. It didn't get a 1% by the critics or the audience. So why are you saying this isn't hyperbole? There's no way anybody would think this is the worst movie ever made. What the fuck, bro? I'm not repeating that. Anybody can read it.
The movie and you agree and you want to help out this channel, maybe consider subscribing or supporting me over on
He asking for subs while starting off like this, bro.
Patreon. So there's been a lot of reviews from everybody all across the internet, and I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these people are just lying because they don't want to destroy the movie. People are saying it isn't woke and it isn't even that bad. Some people are saying it's a 10 out of 10 that's better than Iron Man, Avengers Endgame, and I'm here
You're lying. Ain't nobody saying that. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Nobody's saying it's better than Iron Man and Endgame. You're fucking lying. Nobody's saying that. No.
to tell you that everybody on all sides of this are lying. Once again, it isn't rage bait. If you watch this movie, try to make out the structure. Who greenlit this script? Is there a big...
The structure is pretty solid. Like, y'all, this is a solid movie. It's not the greatest thing you've ever seen, and it's definitely not the worst. We need a we're gonna plan this one day. We need a conversation with you and your movie takes, especially your MCU takes, because stop. No.
beginning, a middle, or even an end? Or are we just dropped into the worst movie ever created by man? That's exactly what it is.
Why can't you just, I don't know, you don't want nobody to take you serious by saying stuff like this. Just say the movie, just say you didn't like it. Like, I don't know what this man finna say, but it's again, just like my sinners, there was some people up there like, you don't want it, you can like the movie, but he doesn't like it. No. I saw the Kingards. I like him. He reviews games. He talks about games and media and stuff. The Kingards said he didn't like Superman. But I can tell his review engaged with the movie. He sounds like he's just saying shit. He's not really. Okay, let's see what he say.
Because from all the trailers, I thought that this movie was going to be terrible, but still a fun time. And there was one fun part that could be excused, which was Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner, which I actually found kind of...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if he's going to have spoilers, so keep that in mind. I truly don't know.
Funny. But other than like 5 seconds of footage where Superman and Lois were acting like they were in an actual Superman movie, this was a piece of crap. And I can't really stress it enough. There's pieces of crap, and then there's this movie. It's really easy for a movie to be bad. Superman, on the other hand, is like the Flash times 1,000. I can't really put it into words if you haven't watched this movie. There's
devious.
No structure. There's no writing. There's no acting.
First of all, the acting was great on everybody. I don't think anybody slacked on their role. Isabella didn't really do much, but it wasn't bad. I don't even know if she probably had 3 lines the whole movie. She didn't say much of anything, but she did fine. Nobody slacked on the acting. I don't even know why he just said that. The plot was very easy to keep up with. It was linear. It made sense. There was I can't identify many plot holes, if any. So.
The CGI is terrible.
And the CGI was not terrible. What?
So much comedy, it'll make you want to pluck your own eyes out.
No, it was not. It wasn't not so much comedy. It was not. All of the comedic parts was well timed. Like, there's probably one that I could have lived without that I remember. But no, it wasn't like the Guardians where everybody's throwing jokes all the time. The comedy was spaced out fine. It didn't feel like I didn't come out like, oh, this was a comedic movie. Like, no. The Guardians, I feel like it's a bunch of jokes with some action. This felt like a story it was like story, action, fucking character building. And no, it was character building, story, action, comedy. If I'm gonna put these things in any type of order, comedy was not that prevalent in this movie, but it was there, and when it was there, it was good.
Every time Superman even comes close to doing anything that's anyway good, he just gets knocked over by a dog. Lex Luthor is a stupid analogy for Donald Trump.
That part is so out of context. That was so out of context, and that doesn't happen a lot in the movie. He's fucking lying. He's lying at this point.
Luthor is a stupid analogy for Donald Trump. And
no, he's not. It's somebody that don't like Trump. Lex Luthor has nothing in relation to Trump whatsoever. I never once felt like he had anything to do with Trump. First of all, he's not the president. So why are you even saying it like there's that connection? If he was the president, maybe you could loosely say it like they made Lex Luthor the president, obviously taking shots at Donald Trump. Nigga, are you even American?
And racism. There's lesbian girl bosses running around.
And he didn't, You could say there's racial undertones, but nothing feels racist inherently.
There's an emphasis on Gen Z and
He said Luther is smart as fuck, so no connection to Trump. That is a absolute fact. You cannot have Lex as any semblance of Trump because he's actually intelligent.
TikTok for some reason. Superman's lesbian, which was Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner, which
sorry.
Was a Gen Z and TikTok, Trump and racism. There's lesbian girl bosses running around. There's an emphasis.
Nobody's identified as a lesbian. Nobody in this film was identified to be a lesbian. Why did he just say that? He showed the engineer. We don't know her sexuality. Are you saying it because she has braids she's a lesbian? We don't know her sexuality. Is she even a fucking human? Yeah, that's a fact too, Tron. People are trying to separate Superman from politics, but that's literally what he stands for.
Emphasis on Gen Z and TikTok for some reason. Superman is whining for the entire movie. His voice is so high-pitched and the dude never stops screaming and being autistic. I don't know how I can...
Fist smarter than Trump too, so I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. If you got a smart... You have to have somebody be actually unhinged and non-coherent to be like Trump, bro. I can't think about Trump if somebody's coherent.
Say it anymore. This movie is the most retarded thing to ever exist. Genuinely. I've watched a lot of movies from many different countries, time periods. I'm not bragging here. I'm just saying that I know that Superman is probably in the top 3 worst of all of them. Forget every crappy B movie ever made. Forget, like, I don't know, Plan 9 from Outer Space being the worst movie ever made. This is it right here. You thought Marvel humor was bad. Well, they have so much of it that you want to die. It literally...
No, it's not. It's fucking... God, like I said, if this is the goal, it's working. I'll give you the kudos for that, but this is fucking ridiculous.
He has some of the worst CGI in a new movie, and
it's not bad CGI.
I'm not alone on this. Just look at the reviews. So people will jump to Rotten Tomatoes right here.
I wonder what he's finna say as we see 82% from critics and 95% from the audience. What are you finna say? He has to have a body hiding in that room. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, what are you finna say?
And try to prove me wrong, saying that, what are you saying, little bro? The movie is a success. 95 on the audience score. Everybody loves it. I looked through that audience score. It was a big load of bots that loved Crypto, the little cute dog, which is one of the most retarded parts about the entire movie. You come up...
Yeah, and that's everybody, even if it was. So the fuck what if they like Crypto? I liked Crypto in the movie. I liked him. And if people liked him, then it worked. What's the problem? If they did like him, and that doesn't what, like, if the movie agreed with you, you would, if the audience score was low, you would be like, look, everybody agrees with me, but because it don't agree with you, like, okay.
Over to a real source, like, I don't know, Empire Magazine.
A real source? Wait, what? Wait, what's more real than actual people that paid to see the movie and then went to choose to review it? What's more real than that? I'm sorry, I would go off of a general consensus more than a magazine where there's a few editors, make a few writers doing their review. I would choose the general consensus of the everyday person that I can relate to more so than like a magazine with 2 writers.
And they have it rated 2 out of 5.
Ain't that funny how people like this? This is why I partially think he's serious now, because you're citing sources. You're discrediting thousands of normal people that paid to see the movie and chose to review it. You're discrediting them and was like, yeah, let's look at a real source like Time Magazine. And since they agree with me, that's why I'm using it. Okay, Time Magazine versus 3,000 plus people that paid to see the movie and reviewed it. You have to verify that you got a movie ticket at the least. So it's not just people spamming it to review bomb it or to review whatever the opposite of review bombing is. All right, the irony of wearing an Iron Maiden shirt, a band who addressed power structures, religion, and wars. I've seen Iron Maiden as people wearing it before. I just don't know nothing about them, so that's interesting to know that what they discuss and the way he's acting.
Stars saying exactly what I'm saying. The movie is so messy and
ain't that crazy? Like, I'm gonna pick who agrees with me, and that's what we're gonna. if you agree with me, you're correct. Fuck the 95% that the audience of paid moviegoers did.
Garbage. The end of the movie is just a CGI mess. The Guardian.
It's not a mess.
2 out of 5 stars.
Another magazine. The day that we like look at singular magazines and then disregard, he's not taking it all in as one. He's disregarding thousands of people that like the movie, which is how a movie is successful or not as far as financially. Maybe, you know, movies can not do good financially and be good, but financially the movie is doing good, and then people are actually going to see it and leaving reviews that are favorable. 95%, bro, stop.
I don't really know what people are seeing here, but it's getting destroyed. Another news source says it's painfully mediocre. Another news source rates it.
I just love the ignoring of normal people and going to news sources. Them the last people I care about when I consider opinions of a film is news sources.
2.5 stars out of.
That's not what I go to for an opinion on film.
5. I don't know what I'm missing here. The movie isn't some 10 out of 10. Everybody knows it's.
I don't think anybody gave it a 10 out of 10 though. I mean, maybe there's some people in the reviews that did, but that's not the general consensus. It's a 10 out of 10. I think if you ask 10 people what they think of Superman, I think none of them would say it's a 10 out of 10. I don't think.
Masticated. You just don't want to hear it. Now, I'd love to go in depth and show everything on screen, but I just need to tell you, for the people who haven't watched this movie, how ridiculously bad this is. For the first hour of the movie, Superman is on the ground screaming.
Devious, I don't even if that is the case, the CGI wasn't bad. Whatever they were going for, the CGI wasn't bad at all. I didn't have any points where I was like, ugh, not to me.
Screaming and whining. That's not a joke, it's not rage bait. He literally doesn't get up off of the ground for a full 60 minutes. He's in some pocket wormhole universe, and in that universe, Lex.
60 minutes is an extreme exaggeration. That's an extreme exaggeration. Superman got his ass whooped a lot in this movie. I will say that. That's a critique I felt too. I'm like, this nigga got his ass whooped way too much for me. Like, he did his thing a few times, but he was getting whooped on a lot in this movie.
Luthor, who is terrible.
But the kryptonite scene is like, obviously he couldn't overcome kryptonite.
And gay, by the way, for some reason. He just shows.
What?
And in that universe, off of the ground for a full 60 minutes. He's in some pocket wormhole universe. And in that universe, Lex Luthor, who is terrible and gay, by the way, for some.
How is Luthor gay when he has a fucking girlfriend in the movie? Why did he just say Luthor's gay and he has a girlfriend? What the fuck is happening?
For some reason, he just shows up and shows Superman that everybody online trying to cancel Superman, typing angry comments, aren't actually real. They're a big load of monkeys typing at a keyboard. No, that's not a joke. I didn't make that up. James Gunn is saying that everybody hating and review bombing Superman are monkeys. So let me just do the math.
It's so like Superman seeing people, letting people die is insane.
Real quick, he's not only calling me and everybody who doesn't like the movie a monkey. If you're an Indian kid or if you're a black person who said something on Twitter against James Gunn, he thinks you're a monkey.
That was so contrived. You gotta be shitting me. For you to be sitting here calling it woke, calling the man that's in the movie that clearly had girlfriends gay, calling people lesbians that you don't even know what their sexuality is, and then when he's just being comedic in the times of what's happening, he was saying that he was basically calling bots monkeys, like just typing away because that's their job. Like, and now he's like, yeah, since he made a monkeys, if you're black or if you're Indian and you had something bad to say, you're a monkey. First of all, I highly doubt that if people are sitting on their computers typing away, trolling people, that they're black and Indian. I don't even think that's a thing, to be honest. I ain't gonna say what race it probably is, but it ain't black and Indian people, first of all. Second of all, why did you pull them out as if anybody can't be sitting behind a keyboard anonymously talking shit and being a troll or program bots? The monkeys was representative of bots. They were not representative of a race. And for him to do that is insane.
That's really not a good look. And speaking of not good looks, David Corn Sweat looks about 400 pounds in the terribly made suit. There's kids all over. Not good looks. David Corn Sweat looks about 400 pounds in the terribly made suit. There's kids all over this movie. Why do you ask? Because it's a James Gunn production. And we'll just pretend like this guy isn't a freak. Every single person in Metropolis is Indian and play really big parts in the movie.
No, they're not. What the hell is he talking about?
like some random Indian convenience store workers.
Notice he cut the part out where they stood up and you could see the people in the background. He said everybody in this movie is Indian and showed one Indian guy. And when there's a crowd of people behind where we could see what they look like, he didn't show it.
Something comes up and just says something to Superman and ends up in the plot of the movie. The dude is the linchpin of the entire movie somehow.
No, he's not. He was not the linchpin. The point was how bad Lex Luthor wanted to get Superman. It was not, bro.
Random taco vendor. Forget what everybody is telling you, saying that Man of Steel and every other superhero movie is dark and gritty, and this one is hopeful and full of joy. Let's cut out the politics for a second. This is a disgrace to making movies in general. People talk about how bad Deadpool and Wolverine was. It had no story.
Nobody said, okay, no, Deadpool and Wolverine didn't have a story, but nobody said it was bad for it. Nobody goes into a Deadpool movie like, yeah, what's the story? Nobody's doing that. Stop it. Nobody's going to see Deadpool for a story. We want to see Deadpool be Deadpool. So yes, Deadpool and Wolverine's story was forgettable, but I loved every second of that fucking movie.
It was just cameos for the entire thing.
Thank you, buddy. Like, exactly. Nobody is caring about a story in Deadpool, which is why it did so well. Nobody is like, let me see what the story is for Deadpool. And what the fuck? Get out of here.
The exact same and 10 times worse. I'm not overreacting and I'm not making a big deal out of it. This movie doesn't have a plot. It has no story. It does
have a plot. The movie is focused on the plot and the story. The biggest thing about this movie was the plot and the story. Yo, that movie touched me. Like, it was a moment that really, if it doesn't hit you, you're not human. There's a moment in the movie that hits you so hard that it's just, you cannot not feel something at this point in the movie. And I think they just did such a great job with making that moment work in the movie. It just hits you so hard where it's like, oh, fuck, man. Like, it was well deserved. It was timed perfectly. It's just, if you ain't seen the movie, you should see it, man. Even if you don't. I don't like Superman. I literally don't like Superman. And I like this movie, and it made me want to see whatever James Gunn does in the future. And this, like, literally, I don't like Superman as a superhero, but I like this movie.
Barely any redeeming elements. People make fun of it all the time. The American acting legend Kevin Costner, who played Superman's dad in Man of Steel. And people are actually saying that these two random spastics that they have in Superman 2025 is somehow better. Watch the movie.
Why are they random? Why are you calling them random? They're his parents. What do you mean random?
Movie and tell me that his two parents aren't extremely retarded. Why are they two backwards rednecks who I do not care about? The only few things I can think of that—
I'm sorry. To my understanding, Ma and Pa Kent was supposed to just be these regular ass country farm living folk. What the fuck do you want? What do you want? Just because you got a big name, we say Kevin Costner. What? Just because he's a big name person, that's like he's better as a Pa Kent?
That are semi-even passable was Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner, which was funny because the dude was just a douchebag. And Lois Lane and Clark Kent weren't really that bad, except for when Clark had an autistic meltdown and his voice went so high-pitched, like some little bitch. And Lois Lane goes off on a monologue about fake punk rock. Superman is sipping cocoa and crying his eyes out for the entire movie. And we see here, we're going to be getting spin-offs with Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen. These people weren't scene stealers, like people are going to try to tell you online. Mr. Terrific was—
No, they were. I loved Jimmy Olsen. I actually really liked. I really liked his scenes. His parts were good. He didn't have a lot of parts, but when he did, it was good. And Mr. Terrific was good too. I don't really need a show of Mr. Terrific. I don't need that, but he did good.
Was some black dude who had some ridiculously caricature accent of like a preacher down south. And also, he had more screen time than Superman. And the same goes for Jimmy Olsen, who was
what Superman should be and not what he is. Yeah.
Acting really weird throughout the entire
like he's penalizing Superman in this film for being what Superman is.
Movie. Like, all these girls wanted to go out with him and the dude was just acting gay. Like, he didn't want any part in it. Oh yeah, and
he wasn't acting gay. Oh my god, there's a reason he behaved the way he behaved. Oh my god, like, he's ignoring— I don't want to tell everything. His behavior, you can tell why he had the behavior he had. Like, they make it obvious why he behaved the way he behaved. He wasn't acting gay. He just wanted, he thinks that because Jimmy looked corny, he was supposed to be corny. And that's not how he was supposed to act. Right, like, it's like you just, like, don't like gay people. First of all, you calling people gay that aren't gay. There's nobody that's gay in this film as far as front-facing. If somebody's gay in this film, we don't know yet. Nobody's gay in the film openly.
Had more screen time than Superman. And James Gunn and DC are talking like he didn't want any part in it. Oh yeah, and he also had more screen time than Superman. And James Gunn and DC are talking here about how they're going to be making tons of new TV shows and movies, bringing together the Justice League. I don't know how anybody could be excited for this after watching Superman. The Hall of Justice was Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, and Hawk Girl sitting around in a massive empty room. And you see some handicap here. Don't let anybody tell you nobody cares about Superman. Are you blind? I just showed you 20 reviews from massive news sources that all just said it was a 2 out of 5. This
20. First of all, you said 3. Second, you just overlooked over 2,500 verified reviews of normal people. Fuck the 3,000 people that saw it and paid for it and reviewed it. Fuck the fact that it got a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. I just showed you 3 news sources that said it was a 2. I'm sorry. The fuck?
This isn't The Dark Knight. This isn't Iron Man. It isn't even Man of Steel. And it definitely isn't Christopher Reeve in Superman the movie. This isn't even an 8 out of 10. It's like, I don't know, a 1 out of 10. This isn't the movie. It's a big load of CGI for 2 hours. And this story just came out that Tana...
I'm sorry. Hey, Stevie, you was a little bit better than this, bro. Like, damn, Stevie review was bad, but it wasn't this damn bad. He just keeps raging out and not saying shit. Yeah, Bunny, it's really annoying. Like, I don't even know if I can finish this either. Like, god damn.
Ta-Nehisi Coates was going to make a black Superman movie, and it actually got cancelled.
Wait.
And this story just came out that Ta-Nehisi Coates was going to make a black Superman movie, and it actually got cancelled because they realized that it was too woke. Nobody wants to watch some civil...
Who is Ta-Nehisi Coates? Coates? Who is that? Oh, he's an actor. I've seen this guy before. He's a journalist, essayist, and novelist who focused on African American. He's not even a filmmaker? Unless they said David Zaslav dismissed the script as too woke, focused on the character during the Civil Rights era. James Gunn could still try to make the movie in the future. First, culture crave. First of all, this ain't no credible... This just looked like something that's on X and he's pretending like it applies to like James Gunn or something.
Rights activist, black race-swapped Superman. But at the end, as a little caveat, James Gunn will still probably make the movie in the future. Who wants that? I don't even want David Corn Sweat's Superman. That was the
No, David Corn Sweat did really, like, I really want to see him as Superman from here on out. Like, fuck that. No, he did good. He's better than Henry Cavill. Sorry.
Woke version. Movie with the 2 warring factions and countries that definitely don't represent a certain conflict in the Middle East that's happening right now. Don't try to tell me that...
See, PTJ, you just saw it? So you said David was good. How'd you feel about the movie in general? How'd you feel about the movie?
That this movie isn't woke or not political. If you think that, go screw yourself. It is. The entire movie is about Trump, immigrants. And as I just mentioned...
The movie is not about Trump. Like, I don't know why he's saying that. Trump is not in the slightest bit referenced or even alluded to at all.
In other conflicts in other countries. I really don't know what I'm missing here. This movie was the biggest heap of shit I've ever watched. At first I found it
You're missing the movie.
funny to just laugh at it from the trailers, but watching it, it was just so bad I couldn't even believe it. How did a movie like this ever get greenlit? So much focus on comedy and random dogs banging into people and Superman whining and screaming and crying. This is beyond Marvel.
TJ, to my understanding, like I said, I'm not a big Superman buff. I like this movie, but I'm not a big Superman fan. It seems like a lot of Superman fans say that Ma and Pa Kent was supposed to be like the country bumpkin type. Like, to my understanding, I thought that was what they were. Even though they were still wise. Like, it's just because these country folk don't mean they stupid, as everybody trying to say, because they didn't do it. I mean, yeah, they wasn't hip to technology, but that's normal for old people. That don't make them dumb.
Humor. I don't think anybody could excuse this. Superman is an objectively terrible movie. If you're a movie critic or you consider yourself anti-woke and you're saying that this movie is just okay, it's not even that bad, it's not even woke, I don't know what's wrong with you up here, but you need to wake up. Quality was just non-existent with James Gunn's Superman. Do not watch this movie. Do not take your kids to go see it. It's filled with a big load of unnecessary cursing and political agenda. They spend 20 minutes of the movie talking about Superman's harem. What the hell? Who wrote that in the script? 20 minutes of the movie talking about Superman's harem. What the hell?
It was not 20 minutes. I don't even know if it was 2 minutes.
Who wrote that in the script? So Superman's original parents and Krypton just go straight out the window. Spoiler alert, sorry to break.
Okay, you finna give a spoiler. I don't want to do that because that's a big part. I don't want to do that.
More funny even if I wanted to, and it still has all the touches of a James Gunn disaster. The vile human piece of shit, James Gunn and his brother both came out before this movie just a couple days ago and were laughing and sneering at everybody.
It is exactly what the movie is about. I think that, like, we support our people, you know? We love our immigrants. We love, yes, Superman is an immigrant. And yes, if you don't like that.
He's clipping the fuck out of this clip. I saw this. He's clipping the hell out of it. If I find the whole thing, I'll post it. He's clipping the hell out of it. You saw how many jumps was just in it, and then he put as in white people. No, he was talking about Americans. He was not talking about white people. So this is ridiculous at this point.
Then you're not American.
You said it's an immigrant story. It's a political movie. MAGA today is going nuts. What do you have to say to MAGA?
I don't have anything. I think this movie's for everybody. I don't have anything to say to anybody. Like, I'm not here.
MAGA today was getting a little upset.
Why he cut him off? Why'd he cut him off? Because James Gunn basically was letting it be known. He's like, this movie is about, what'd he say? He said this movie is about he said it's about love and caring for others or something like that, or being good to people, something like that.
That he called Superman an immigrant. I wanted to get your reaction.
Somebody needs a hug.
The person that was being the interviewer, this guy was trying to stoke the political flames. He was trying to get a clip. And pretty much nobody except for maybe James Gunn's brother gave him anything. It was so obvious that this guy was like, he's like, MAGA is doing this, MAGA. He's asked all of them. He's like, MAGA's upset and wanted what they said. And only James Gunn's brother is the only one that gave him something, which is why everything he's showing you that wasn't James Gunn's brother is not giving you any information. I don't even know why he added this. It's not adding to his narrative.
It's not review bombing. It's not Snyder cult.
There was no review bombing. Most people like the movie.
I do not care about Zack Snyder's Man of Steel.
Nobody's talking about Zack Snyder.
Dude is a terrible movie maker as well, but 10 trillion times better than James Gunn. Stop
That's a fucking lie. I know. I don't care how much you like Snyder. Man of Steel is not better than this. Some people like it better, but the Superman not saving people is cringe. The taking itself so fucking serious is just cringe. No.
Hoping and saying that James Gunn is a great filmmaker. I've watched most of the guy's movies. Not one of them is good.
Wait, not one of them is good. He made the Guardians of the Galaxy. You're telling me none of the Guardians of the Galaxies are good? That's what you're telling me. Not one of the three are good. You're a fucking liar.
Needle drops with crappy music and Marvel humor does not make a good movie. This is not a new...
And it didn't even feel like a Marvel movie. I'm telling y'all, it does not. James Gunn, I like him. He does what he's supposed to do. This didn't feel like a Marvel movie. It didn't. It just did not feel like a Marvel movie.
Era of hope for the superhero. This is the end. If this is the best you can come up with, I don't even know if you could call this filmmaking. I don't consider myself...
Whoa, you tweaking, bro. Twerking on Mike is crazy.
A critic. I'm not some pretentious douchebag who's going to sit here and say that, oh, they didn't have the right camera work or the correct way of writing your movie. But to be honest, this movie had no structure and it was shot terribly. It's not like
fully structured.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man one bit, and everybody who says that needs to go screw themselves. Was shot terribly. It's not like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man one bit, and everybody who says that needs to go screw themselves. Sam Raimi...
Wait, the first one? Is that what he's talking about?
Spider-Man is the example of what this should have been. This movie is...
What? Who was what?
Not comic booky. There isn't one comic book where Superman gets his ass kicked by a dog, starts crying, then gets called a bitch to his face. It's not accurate to any comic book. It's just goofy and stupid and retarded. So finally, for the last time, do not watch Superman. It's genuinely, truthfully, sincerely one of the worst things I've ever seen. And if you're a real fan that already knew that, then thanks for watching and maybe consider subscribing. And if you're one of those woke retards who liked it, stick it up your ass. Go complain to your boyfriend.
Fucking dweeb. That's the only word I can think of. He's a fucking dweeb, like, bro. Oh my God. If you like this movie, go fuck yourself. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Veer, I feel like it's rage bait, but at the same time, part of me feels like he's serious because he started pulling up sources. Like, look, Times Magazine said it was bad, and Vibe Magazine, whatever the hell, said it was bad. And it's like, fuck the over thousands of people that said it was good, and fuck the critics that said it was good. Like, hundreds of critics, movie critics, said it was good. Thousands of moviegoers said it was good. Fuck them. Let's look at four writers for these magazines. They said it was bad. I'm sure there's magazines that said it was good, but he didn't pull those up. Wonder why. Like, bro, you can just say you don't like the movie. Like I said, for those that wasn't here earlier, The Kingard, he's a media guy on YouTube. He covers games and movies and comics and stuff like that. He didn't like it, but I'm not going to cover him because it was just like a normal movie review. He didn't make it about politics because the movies, I mean, it has political themes, we know, like with countries taking over other countries. You know what I'm saying? You could draw parallels to Israel and the Russia, all that shit. You could draw parallels, but it's not heavy-handed. It's not like this obvious virtue signal to anything or something. And you could draw the parallels, though, if you want, but he just reviewed the movie as a fucking movie. He felt like it had extra, the exposition was way too much, which is fair. I kind of see where he was coming from. You know what I'm saying? He just felt like some of the action scenes wasn't for him. Like, it's like normal movie critic stuff. I'm not gonna cover it because he didn't like it, because it's just a normal review. This nigga didn't say shit. He's just rage baiting, I guess. But that was insane. I feel like anybody that does movie reviews like this should then go out and make a movie, since that's what we was talking about with The Critical Drinker. He made a movie and it fucking flopped while he's out here trying to shit on everything that's woke, what he calls woke. Oh yeah, bro. If he goes see Fantastic Four, I'm definitely gonna cover that, because that seemed to be doing good so far. Fantastic Four seems to be doing well so far. What the hell I got on this agenda? Oh, Candace Owens. Watts, we gonna watch Watts' video, because he covered something I wanted to cover. That he covered the fascist. But it come out Friday. Probably gonna have some showings Thursday night. We're gonna cover Watts covering the fascist. But before we do that, I need to get something to drink, because a nigga be thirsty. A nigga be thirsty. Don't do too much while I'm gone. I will be right back. All right. He going to take a shit, man. Fuck you. All right, y'all. Damn, that nigga ugly. I'll quit. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. All right, so I'm sure most of y'all have seen the Stanley Cup. That shit too big. I can't. I don't. Big ass cups. I just can't do it. That shit too big. I'm good. And now, honestly, at this point, I feel like Stanley Cups is feminine. Sorry, not misogynist or anything, but it feels like Stanley Cups are feminine. I off the top of my head, I can't think of seeing a man with a Stanley Cup. I just can't. And see, you said got to get like the girls, so I know I'm right. Yeah, you didn't just say get a Stanley Cup. You said get like the girls. It just don't feel right. No. I just nothing about them. I have a cup that's big, but it's not like a Stanley Cup. Get the guy version. I don't even know what that is. But all right. So wait, Candace being sued for defamation by Macron, waiting to see if she chickens out and pays up before. Yeah, Chris. After this, I'm gonna do Candace. After this, I'm covering Candace. So if you can stick around, we're gonna get to that next. Jubilee had Mehdi Hassan, who is a progressive, versus 20 far-right conservatives. Some of the most unhinged conservatives you will ever see in your life. Just so happened they had one guy that admitted to being a freaking fascist. And he's claiming that he lost his job on the internet now. And Watts has covered that shit. I didn't have the time nor the patience to do it. Y'all know I be stressed out covering these crazy motherfuckers. I be losing my shit. So Watts has done us the honor of covering this shit. I just want to see how funny he could be. And what's the latest update?
I honestly don't even know what to say about Jubilee anymore. I really don't. I don't. For those of you that do not know, recently Jubilee posted a video that is entitled One Progressive versus 20 Far-Right Conservatives featuring Mehdi Hassan. And guys, to say that the video was an absolute show, that would be a complete understatement. And let me just say this. A lot of the individuals within this video are not far-right conservatives. They are much more than that. One guy even proudly claimed...
Wait, Bunny, you was watching Watts or the Jubilee?
...to be a fascist. And that's who we are going to be talking about today, guys. Sorry, I don't even think I said his name. His name is Connor, and not only is Connor a fascist, but it is also quite clear that he is actually a deplorable human being. And honestly, I don't think that you should talk like this, you should act like this, especially when you look like this. If mayonnaise became sentient and discovered Discord, yeah, it would be Connor. This man looks like a goddamn Chick-fil-A manager with a manifesto in his glove box. I have never seen anyone that actually had the facial structure of a melted wax figure with a goddamn superiority complex. And what the hell is going on with his hair? Is his hair sponsored by YouTube conspiracies? This man has a haircut that absolutely screams, I read Mein Kampf instead of a goddamn job application. I promise you that joke is going to make sense later in this video. Let's go back to his hair. I guess his barber hates democracy too. Connor looks like if Ben Shapiro in a goddamn jar of Miracle Whip had a disappointing son. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, hey, for the most deplorable people, bro, you gotta keep these baking sessions, bro. Cause this is the same way I was for fucking Charlie Kirk, bro. Like, oh shit, Bunny, that's funny. You know what's so funny about that? It's funny you say that because when I sent this to Watts, he was like, bro, I'm done. I can't watch this no more. And Casey was like, I switched to Destiny reviewing this because I can't just listen to these people just talk and nothing. But I'm like, well, Mehdi was cutting them motherfuckers off. He wasn't letting them get away with that bullshit. But I guess that wasn't enough because Casey was like, you know what? I'm not watching it. I'm just gonna watch Destiny's reaction to it because this shit, no. And it's just so funny. I watched it just Jubilee, and it is annoying. I was screaming. I was at work. I was screaming. Luckily, I work by myself. I was like screaming in my phone. And I was just like, holy shit. Oh, man. He just fried them up real quick. Holy shit. Hey, you need to, bro, cut them into shorts. That's what you need to do. Like maybe do a little like the little intro section of what you finna talk about, and then cut to the bake. Like you need to make them into shorts. The content's already made. Bow, my nigga. I need 10%.
I'm going to start making these roast sessions more of a thing because some people truly deserve them, especially people like Connor. Before I go any further into this video, I want to remind you guys to please do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. It really helps out with the channel. Lets me know that you are rocking with the content. And while you're at it, please do me a favor and join the Discord. I'll leave the links in the description down below, as well as the link to my Twitch at twitch.tv/Watts_TV94. And also make sure that you subscribe to the gaming channel. I'll also leave that in a link in the description down below. All right, let's just talk about Jubilee really quick. I know I briefly said that this was a show, but I don't even think that accurately describes how terrible and how scary this video is. Like I said before, the video was literally called 1 progressive versus 20 far-right conservatives. These people were not far-right conservatives. They went all the way right and then fell off the goddamn political spectrum. I really don't know why Jubilee feels the need to platform these people.
Honestly, bro, so a lot of people are asking this question, and I don't know if they've done it or not, but all Jubilee does is, I tried to, but then once I realized, like, I can't afford to fly to LA and to take care of myself, and I can't afford the trip. These people, content creators, they probably got the money and the time to do that shit. I can't afford to fully fund that type of trip. And I looked at how they do it. All you do is you fill out a profile of what you align with. They have like topics and things like that. They have different topics that interest you and where you feel like you align. So you basically state a lot of your positions on different things, and then they ask you like the type of following you have, like what's your biggest platform, how many you got, or whatever, and all that stuff. And then you get chosen potentially for whatever that next thing is, or typically it's whatever that next thing is. They're looking for people to do that thing. They have stuff lined up, and then you pick what you're interested in. So if you're far right and you have a big enough following, he may be more than far right, but he just aligned himself as far right just to get on Jubilee. So therefore, he's probably wasn't as forthcoming as this. He might have been, he might have not, but they probably do want people with a decent following and a personality. So he might have dumbed down his positions. Like me, I ain't gonna lie, because I'm small, I probably would get on a show where I could defend feminism even though I'm not a feminist. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's happening a little bit more now in this situation. Like, I don't consider myself a feminist, but if I could get myself into a show where I can defend feminism, I'll do it. So I think that's probably what's happening. He's like, I'm going to get on here and say I'm far right, even though I'm more than far right. I think that could be what happened. Because they don't, I don't know if somebody's going and looking at these people's platform. They probably see your info. They look at your numbers. Oh, they got a big following. Put them on there. That's probably what's happening.
I know what you guys are going to say. Oh, it's important to hear different perspectives. But fascism? That's the perspective that you want to hear. Do you guys?
And then y'all, it's a lot of people there, and we don't even see all 20 of them on camera. I wonder if everybody got a chance to talk or not.
You guys even know what fascism actually is? Fascism is a far-right political ideology that promotes a strong authoritarian government, extreme nationalism, and the suppression of opposition, often using violence, censorship, and propaganda. It rejects democracy and individual freedoms in favor of total control by a dictator or ruling elite. So yes, people like the Mustache Man, he was a fascist. He literally fits this definition like perfectly, like a goddamn puzzle. I find it even more disturbing when this guy
What? So you done sitting down for your videos, bro? I noticed you only been standing up. You done sitting down for your videos?
Connor openly said that he was a fascist. All of the conservatives in the room just, oh my God, yes. we don't like democracy. We don't. We love dictatorships. Yes. Since the when did this happen? When were people on the far right of the political spectrum? When were you guys okay with fascism?
I'm not gonna lie. I think that a lot of those people there. This could be a reach, but I feel like a lot of the people there knew that he was out of pocket, but since he was on their side, they felt like they had to support him. And I could be totally wrong, but it just felt like they did not fully support him. But maybe like 2 other people, maybe. But because he wasn't getting that many applause. He got some applauses, but I think some of them wanted to just support him for being on their side. Like, I don't think if I saw a commie on the same side as me, I would applaud them for saying something that is like as crazy as, like, he's like, yeah, I'm a fascist. It's like, yeah, I'm a commie. I wouldn't be like, yeah. I'd be like, if he say the position I agree with, I'd be like, yeah. But saying I'm a commie and clapping, that's crazy.
When did this happen? Where was I? Where have I been? Since when is this an okay thing? It's just crazy.
Wait, Bunny, what you talking about? Him sitting down?
Because I feel like during past presidencies, if you were to claim that you were a fascist, everybody would get on your ass collectively. But now we're applauding it? What the?
Oh yeah, why you do got a standing desk, don't you? Your desk raised and lower, don't it? I remember one time you were streaming and that bitch started going off.
What is going on? You know what? Some of you may not like to hear this, but this is a true reflection of our current administration. It is, and I'm sorry. You guys know that
it is. These motherfuckers are doing what the fuck they want and they don't care.
I hate to be political, but this shit was so crazy. I just knew I had to talk about it. And this blew up on social media. And that guy, Connor, apparently he got fired from his job and he started a GoFundMe to raise money, which is insane because people don't even know if he actually had a job in the first place. They just agree with his crazy ass ideals and a bunch of racist white people decided to donate to him.
Just like Shiloh, bro. That shit was crazy. Like, why y'all sending this woman $1 million for calling a black child the N-word? Like, come the fuck on. Now, let's fund this man, excuse me, that's a fascist because he lost his job, even though him losing his job damn near aligns with his fucking ideologies.
But before we dive any deeper into his GoFundMe, let's watch this clip first because he recently showed up on a podcast and he had some things to say. And don't worry, guys, I'm not going to watch this entire 5-minute clip because I can't. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Frankly, don't care being called a Nazi. I didn't say that. I didn't actually say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis? Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But what about the persecution of the Jews? Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic. But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews? I think that there was a
Shorty was not fucking with that perspective. She's like, he ain't gonna persecute the Jews? Damn, bro. Damn, you ain't gonna persecute. I mean, not the Jews. You ain't gonna persecute the Nazis, bro? Damn, bro.
a little bit of persecution.
To say there was a little bit of persecution from the Nazis against the Jews is actually batshit crazy. A little. When the hell did we get to the point in society where we look at something like the Holocaust and we say, oh, the Nazis, they didn't even murder that many Jewish people. It wasn't even that bad. What is going on? A little bit?
What's so crazy about people that like deny the Holocaust? I don't think he said he denied it. He just didn't want to persecute it. But there are people that probably agree with him that deny it. It's just be like, there's some people alive that was there. Like, there's people that's alive that like experienced what happened. Why do y'all do this? Why? You know what I'm saying?
You don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews? I think that there was a little bit of persecution. I'm renaming the show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican. Hey, what can I say? I think you say I'm a fascist. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Boy, if you don't get the fuck.
Look how many people are clapping. Look how many fucking people are smiling.
I see smiles across the board. You're right, Watts. This dude on the left is clapping. Shorty next to him laughing. Kai is laughing. I don't know if, to be fair, some people laugh out of not knowing what else to do. It could be awkward, and it's like, but I guess at the same time, if you're not in a one-on-one setting, you shouldn't laugh. You know what? No, I'm not giving them that cop out because they don't have to laugh because they're not being confronted with the awkwardness head on. You laugh sometimes when you head on have to confront something that's awkward to you. You can laugh. You don't have to confront it. I'm not laughing at somebody that's puts me in a weird position is not confronting me one-on-one. So no, I'm not giving them that. You're right. All these people in this frame is laughing. I can't see who's directly behind him, but everybody else got a fucking smile on their face.
Smiling and clapping. This is nothing to this is not fucking funny. This is not funny. When did this become okay? And that was the most grotesque, evil laugh that I have ever heard before in my life.
Smiling now.
So Maddie, like, who the fuck is clapping for this?
When I saw that, man, I was confused. I was like, I think that guy's.
His background cool and shit, but to be back there for the entire show is a lot. I'm sorry, this is off topic, but I started looking at shit like this. It's cool, but this is doing too much. It's too distracting. Like, this looks like the intro for like an ESPN segment. Like, just have that shit go for your intro and then get rid of it. It's way too much.
Is he trying to
if
get
that
fired?
shit is for the whole
Because
show.
I know today that almost every job, every sector has been inundated with this DEI bullshit. And
bro, these people have nothing. I feel like Watch finna do the same shit as me. These people have nothing better to do but bring up DEI at any and every given opportunity, bro. Oh my fucking God. She said my eyes went crossed. Yeah, it's just way too much. Bro. DEI, we're in here talking about fascism versus a progressive right now with this given time, and you're talking about DEI. I don't even think that this man don't give a fuck about DEI. He don't want nobody to be great. But people that believe in God, he don't want nobody to be great. He said, fuck everybody else. We need Christian ultra-nationalism. Oh, these dog whistles might set her off. Fuck.
And they allow you to believe anything.
He finna do the same thing.
Ooh. What does...
Bunny. Hey, look, since it's your idea, either you can hop on or not, but we need to play a game of bingo card. Like, we need a conservative bingo night. What? Buddy, we need a conservative bingo night where we make bingo cards of all their favorite catchphrases, and we watch like 3 creators and see if we could get bingo. That shit'll be fire. Yo, oh my God, that'd be so fire. Oh my God, we gotta do that shit. We gotta put all the talking, maybe like a Trump speech or something. We gotta watch like 3 different creators, because one creator might not hit everything in one piece of content, or maybe if it's like a panel of we gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out. That should be fire.
Being a fascist have to do with DEI? What the are you talking about? Fascism literally thrives on hate and division. And not only that, yo, it crushes individuality, something that we treasure and something that we love here in America. Or so I thought. And name me one goddamn fascist regime that ended peacefully. They always end in suffering. It literally destroys everything that makes a fair and free society worth living in.
Oh, devious. That's a lot, bro. Add a shot for all of them. You want us to downstream, man.
So I can't. My mind, guys, am I stupid? Like, am I tripping? I'm just trying to like connect the dots of what the this has nothing to do with being woke. America was not built on fascism, and it should not be built on fascism. So what does being...
Be nice. Not you been in the shadows and hear shots and pop out.
Talking about DEI or being woke have to do with this shit.
Again, for those that's new or not here all the time, if you would like me to change your avatar at the bottom of the screen, let me know. I have Sonic characters, Dragon Ball Z characters, and a small selection of Marvel characters. Not all of them, but most of the characters from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's who it is. In 3, I think. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Anything you want, except for things that are stringently right-wing, Christian, or heterosexual. You know.
Wait, what?
Things that are
Have to do with this. What are you talking about?
Anything you want, except for things that are stringently right-wing, Christian, or heterosexual. You know.
What the? Who the is this idiot? Guys, I'm not gonna get through this clip.
If you want to keep him, you keep him.
After I hear the Nazi talk, we are cutting this off. I cannot.
Yeah, Bunny.
That was the dumbest I've ever heard before in my.
Yeah, it's no Marvel characters except for D Nice right now. But yeah, it's a good selection of Marvel characters. You tell me who you want to be, I'll switch it.
My life. Since when is fascism right-wing, Christian, and heterosexual?
Yeah, that's what was crazy. When I think in his post he said he had traditional right-wing ideology beliefs. No, that's not the case. Okay, you want Knuckles? I got you, bro. I had Knuckles, but I switched to MJ for the GOAT. But yeah, I don't have Mystique, Bunny. I don't have Mystique. So, second favorite character. What the fuck he just say?
It's when is fascism right-wing, Christian?
Yeah, no, fascism is a separate thing for being a Christian and having traditional conservative beliefs. It is not the same. For him to try to claim having traditional conservative beliefs is some bullshit.
Christian and heterosexual.
I'm sorry, Bunny.
This is news to me. God, am I stupid? What is going on? There's no way some of you guys really agree with some of the dumb shit that came out of his mouth. I don't even know who he is, but he is slow.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Orthodoxy. And you are in some serious trouble in your personal life over this, am I right?
That is correct.
What happened?
Well, unfortunately, I lost my job as a result, and no one really is to blame for that. It's just
we have no proof that he actually
I truly don't believe him.
Lost his job, by the way, but continue.
The culture that kind of exists currently surrounding the manner in which you're canceled for voicing exactly what you said, any heterosexual, Christian sort of moral belief that goes beyond sort of the secularism and the relativism that we're so used to.
This is so f***ing disgusting and disingenuous. Are you kidding me? This is so disingenuous. These are not normal far-right ideologies. I know some people that are actual conservatives. They would not agree with this bullshit. This is not normal Christian, heterosexual, conservative ideology. This is not normal. For our society, within America, within the United States, this is very much abnormal.
And so that's what I set out to do with Mehdi. He asked me, do you condemn the Holocaust? It's like, well, of course I condemn persecution of anyone, Jews included.
You paused.
Bunny, you're right. GoFundMe does verify, but I think he went to Give, Send, Go. To be honest, I know people say GoFundMe right away, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I think he went to Give, Send, Go though.
No, you did not. You paused and you said there was a little bit of persecution there. Oh, a little bit. Okay.
I'm a Catholic. I don't believe in persecuting anyone. But I'm not going to play your game of let's reference the Holocaust. Because
also, you cannot say I don't want to persecute anyone, but then claim that you're a fascist. That doesn't make any sense.
Because that's a loaded question. What you're trying to do there is you're trying to insinuate that worldview is going to lead to genocide, chaos, and destruction.
Because it always does. It always does. Fascism always leads to all of that. The
banana
always does. There has never. I don't know why I keep repeating myself. I'm sorry.
But as you said, we see so many regimes where that's exactly the opposite. I mean,
and to be fair, Bunny, you know what? That was a good question because that further would be a reason to believe that he might be lying because Give, Send, Go verifies this information. Give, Send, Go isn't about that, especially if you're Christian, because that's what they believe in. It's like a Christian fundraising website. So they're definitely gonna not give a fuck if he's lying or not. They're not gonna verify any of that. Bunny, you got a second option? I got Storm. I got I don't remember what other women they got as far as Marvel goes. I don't remember. I don't think it got Phoenix.
Going on in El Salvador right now. The streets are clean.
El Salvador. What?
I think I got Rogue. I think.
Okay. You know what? I am going to tell you what you tell a lot of the immigrants that live here within this country. If you love it so much, then go over there. Go to El Salvador, since you think it's so clean and it's so peaceful.
Right.
Psh, go ahead, fuck around and find out. El Salvador.
There you go. Bow.
Wow.
It is a paradise in Central America.
A
Really South America
paradise.
from that perspective. They went from being one of the most dangerous countries with MS-13 to one of the safest and cleanest countries, all because they had, a centralized police force, government willing to enforce the law and willing to actually lay down a moral structure to their society.
Wait, y'all see the Martin Bailey? Y'all see the Martin Bailey? He talking about some since they wanted to have reinforce their government and lay down the law and follow the law, and get more what the fuck he say?
And willing to enforce the law and willing to actually lay down a moral structure to their
society.
Not being scared of what journalists or other folks.
Not being scared of journalists and what other folks say. Fam, you ain't say any of this shit at Jubilee. You didn't say anything about laying down structure. You said, I want an autocracy. You said you're a fascist. You said you want to take away people's rights to do what they want to do. You want people to be Christian. You want to teach everybody to be Christian, and that's the way to go. You didn't say any of what you're saying right now. Let's not act like this is the position you displayed on Jubilee, you fuckhead.
Bogies like to say.
But you got fired from a legitimate job that provided well because of your political views that are not illegal. How does that make you feel?
Frankly, kind of destroyed. I put a lot of pride in the work that I do. I try to treat everyone with a level of respect and love and decency. And, many might say, oh, you say that, but you're actually this evil guy behind closed doors. No, I'm a guy who is looking at our society being torn apart by just kind of the lack of rule of law, the lack of meaning in people's lives. Frankly, let's just get a little heart of it, the lack of God in people's lives. And I say enough at this point. I mean, why is it that we have to live in a society where people are killing themselves, they're addicted to drugs,
all right,
they are looking for all...
I'm done. I'm so done. Okay. Wow. First off, most employers today, mine included, have some sort of morality clause. Meaning that if your job finds that whatever the hell that you are saying, if they find that whatever the hell that you're saying on the internet is immoral, then yeah, they can fire your dumb ass, stupid. And what you have been saying is very much immoral. Why?
And fire
why the hell would I have somebody work for me that claims to be a fascist, that to openly claim that they are a fascist? Someone that said they would prefer that this country only be run by white people for white people. Why would I want somebody like that attached to my business? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they're gonna get rid of your dumb ass. Also, you claim that you're not evil. You claim that you're a nice guy. Word? Huh? Who is this?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I did not expect this, bro. I did not expect this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, bro. I didn't expect. Damn, Watch, you did your due diligence, my nigga. Oh, my God. It's so shameless. So I say my heart goes out to Pine Sap. First of all, is this AI? How did he get, where was he at that these was hanging in the movie theater? Because this looks modern. Where was he at in America, on the earth, that was a theater that had these banners on the side? Like, where did he go? Minecraft. A girl got fired for lying on a DoorDash driver. You think he was touchable? Facts. I truly don't even believe he had a job. He might have, but I don't believe him. If for him to be as brash as he claims to come off as, he should have named what the job was. And everybody's looking for this job that he so-called had, and nobody can name it. Like, did anybody work with this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't you name where you worked? Why wouldn't you call them out for being fired since you felt wronged? So and Watson seems a little reluctant to believe him too. So I don't know if he really had a job. But I really want to I feel like, you know what though, bro? Y'all, look, I think, all right, let me get into my boomer segment. Fuck it. Up, see? Fuck that. All right. I don't know how to zoom in. So, I'm not going to lie. Watch, this swastika looks photoshopped into the picture. If you look on the left, whatever's there doesn't look similar. I can't zoom in. I can't zoom in right now because I don't know how to fucking do it because I'm a boomer. Whatever's on this left side does not look the same as this swastika. And the swastika looks way too perfect. But the point is, he's doing this. Even if he photoshopped it or reshared it, or shared somebody else that photoshopped it, regardless. Yeah, no, facts. Yeah, it's still disgusting because he chose to post this, whether he made it or not. I was like, damn, did a movie theater have this banner up? But no, I think as I'm looking at this swastika looks, it's like they put it into this picture for sure.
Who is this throwing up the mustache man salute? Who is this? He is a literal freaking Nazi. But you want to say that you're a good person? No, I say this from time to time when it comes to some of the content that I react to, but I am actually at a loss here. All right, let's look at the GoFundMe page. Let's read it. Let's see what it says, and let's see who's been donating to good old Connor. So far, this man has actually raised.
Yeah. So yeah, I know. Like everybody says GoFundMe. I'm not faulting Watts, but yeah, a lot of people just instantly say GoFundMe. But yes, it is Give Send Go. They're not gonna verify if he really has a job or not.
It's 30.
So that further makes me believe that he probably didn't have a job.
$6,000. The title is Fired for My Political.
Wait.
$1,000.
Bro, y'all don't understand. Like, can I just crash out for fake and all y'all was here for? We take this down and I just get give me $15,000. I will quit my full-time job and y'all will have the best entertainment y'all will get from this channel. Cause like, can I just crash out and quit my job and I'll get $40,000? Will the left do that for me? I don't know. Like, why the fuck can you be a shit person and just get all this money for free? That $36,000 on his face don't change your life, but a lump sum of $36,000 can change your life. Over a lifetime, no. But if you give me $36,000 in a one day, I can make some shit shake. Like, this can be our secret, y'all. I'm gonna crash out, and then once I get the money, and then I come back out front facing to the public, y'all gotta defend me, bro. Y'all gotta be like, nah, y'all, he really a good person. He changed. He didn't really believe that. He just had a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn. Like, again, Shiloh got $1 million for calling a black child the N-word. He got $36,000 in less than 48 hours for saying he's a fascist. What do I have to do? Do I have to be Uncle Ruckus? Do I got to be Uncle Ruckus? Random. You the comedian, so you could pull this off easy. You could get this shit off easy. You just got to be MAGA for like 1 month, bro, and then you could switch to YouTube full time and flip it on their ass, and everybody gonna support you because it'll be like, look, MAGA don't really got the black folk. He was MAGA, realized he was wrong, and he came back to the left. Insane.
The title is Fired for My Political Beliefs. My name is Connor, and I was recently shown in the last Jubilee episode. As a result, unfortunately, I was subsequently released from my job. I'm raising money as an emergency fund and for other expenses while I look for a new job. You're not getting a new job, bud.
Look at the donations. God bless, brother. Based white nigga. Like,
Unfortunately, voicing fully legal, traditional right-wing political views results in real consequences. These are not traditional right-wing political views.
Yes, and that's the thing. Let's not get confused. We don't agree that these are traditional right-wing conservative Republican values. He's extreme.
This is cancel culture and political discrimination. That is wild on full display.
Yeah, devious. I will have to plan that shit right. I'll have to progressively go into it. I got to start watching Tim Pool and start agreeing, and then watching Matt Walsh and agreeing and shit. Then I'm gonna be like, why I left the left, and then I'm gonna get all these donos and be like, I left the left and I lost my job when I went there and said that abortion should be illegal across the country. I lost my job, and then I get $70,000 and I'll be like, gotcha, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn.
I just went on the Rift TV where I shared my story of what happened. You can watch it here. I will be guesting on a podcast.
And the thing is, the left would embrace me even more for pulling off the finesse. The left would be like, bravo, encore. You finessed the fuck out of them dumb fucks. You got $70,000 out of the right wing because they're stupid as fuck and have no morals, no values, and stand on absolutely nothing.
Tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. Look at this. God bless. We will win. White men need to stand together. Only white men get fired for speaking their opinion. Jesus Christ. First Amendment forever. That doesn't even fucking make any sense. The dude said he's a fascist.
First Amendment forever, and you're a fascist that don't give a fuck about the Constitution. Give me a break.
You cannot have it both ways, man. You can't. You can't. You just can't. Miserable leftists whine and cry fascism, but will attempt to ruin the life of anyone who disagrees with them. We didn't cry it. He said it. He said it. He literally said it. Do you guys know how many times I've seen this comment, Christ is King? Guys, I got the method. I got the method. All I have to do is say something extremely outlandish like Connor.
This nigga is not finna say what I just said, bro. I fucking hate this nigga, bro.
Here claimed that I got fired for my job, for my political beliefs, and you guys would give me money because all of you are stupid. These people are actually mentally fucked. So amazing to me because, again, you guys don't even know if this guy actually got fired. In my opinion, this seems like the new right-wing political grift in order to get money. And you know what, Jubilee? Let's have a conversation, bro. Let's have a conversation. You need to stop platforming people like this because people will come on your platform and they'll say some crazy shit that goes against everything that our country stands for. And then they make a goddamn GoFundMe, get loads and loads of money, and then they end up on some sort of racist ass podcast where they can continue to spread this evil goddamn rhetoric. This is crazy.
I'm still torn. Like a lot of people feel like these people should never be platformed and stuff. But is in regards to Just Jubilee, I don't think they vet these people before they come on. They just base it off the survey they put out. And I think whether or not that person is fully honest or not, I think they have to somewhat align, not fully. Like I said, I would defend feminism without being a feminist, which I don't think is harmful, but I can defend it. But I think you can't be like you can't be completely lying, like you're on the complete opposite end of it. But at the same time, I believe that keeping these people in the shadows is how you end up with cults. You know, like I think keeping these type of opinions in the shadows keep you in a cult. I think that when we highlight there's people like this, and then once it gets put on Front Street and everybody can see it, I think most people's intuition, they'll be like, this shit is weird. I'm not fucking with it. And even if it don't kick in and they're unsure, I think that the backlash from the left and the right, I think even most people on the right don't agree with this man. And seeing that, they're like, maybe it really is something wrong with this shit because this is weird. You want to force people to be who they're not. You want to have somebody tell you what to do at all times and not have any autonomy. You want somebody to just rule over you. Like, I don't think, especially as an American, those are values that are never instilled in most Americans. He's basing these off of some fake hypothesized ideals of Christianity leads to goodness that isn't really found in any real strong data. And people with any semblance of autonomy wouldn't be down with it. The man was saying, like, yeah, I think Trump should go harder against the Constitution. It's like, The Constitution is what makes America one of the best places you could be on earth. And you want to get rid of it? And be like, who? Who you want to be like after that? It's not that many places that's better. It's not that many places outside of the West that's better than America. So
the title of that video is just false. It is entirely misleading. This is not 20 far-right conservatives. And Jubilee, if you guys truly thought that this...
Yeah, that's true, though. I don't know how they can change, because like I said, from what I saw when I was filling out for Jubilee, it seems like you just self-report what you feel. And if you want to be on the show, just to get on there, because Jubilee's is huge exposure, you might temper your beliefs to get on a certain type of show. So I don't know how they would have to hire somebody to vet these people and see what I think it might be worth for them. It might be worth it for them to further research these people. But even like Jordan Peterson, which is well researched and they should have known about him. I think that was more on Jordan Peterson part though. I think he got up there and fucking lied and we was like, oh, I'm not a Christian. It's like, bro, this was about debating a Christian, you fuckhead. And you talking about you're not a Christian, and then it turned into Jordan Peterson versus atheists. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Conversation was going to go a different way, then that is telling me that you did not properly vet these people. Do a better job. Guys, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Do you agree with anything that I said? You disagree?
I disagree with you, Watts, fully. Everything you said, I disagree.
Before, do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. Really helps out with the channel. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to the gaming channel. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.
Yeah, I'm glad he covered that. And he covered it well. He gave me some more info with their fucking with the goddamn the pictures, the salute and the swastika theater shit. It's like, oh, you really ain't shit. You really ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, bro. All right. They conflated JP defending Christianity with him being Christian. That wouldn't even understand his Jungian guy BS. He was full of shit. Jordan Peterson was just in over his head and then tried to retreat. That's what happened, little fucking bitch. I don't even think Jubilee should even deep dive on participants. No, you're right, Tron. They should be more honest. But I'm not even mad at dude because he is far right. The right won't claim him. Like, if you had a far left panel and a commie comes up there, I'm not even finna be like, they shouldn't be there. That is a version of the far, because you can have liberals. You can be like so-and-so versus 20 liberals. Every liberal not going to agree on everything. That guy probably has some values that conservatives and people on the right agree with. He's just a little bit more extreme. So I'm not even, people are saying like these people aren't far right. And the simple fact that even if you watch to the end of that Jubilee, there was some people was like, damn, like I didn't know there was some people that believed in fascism on my side. You know what I'm saying? Like that even exposed it for them. They like, I don't agree with that stuff. Like I don't agree with that shit. So I think it otherizes them the way they should be. Jordan Peterson got served harder than Vegeta did against. Yo, Jordan Peterson's performance was so. It was so well deserved, because people that have been like Jordan Peterson, like I was wondering, I once he get in his psychology bag, I could fuck with you, bro. But this politics and social issues, stop. You could talk about psychology, bro, but the politics, the religion, social issues, nah, bro. This not your shit, bro. You need to just chill. The Jordan Peterson cannot do politics and social conversations. It's just not his thing. I don't know what the fuck it is, but don't do it. Because that was
French President Emmanuel Macron is
just like it's the same way. It was the opposite of Mehdi's performance. Mehdi wiped the floor with all of them. All of them wiped the floor with Jordan. It was just the exact opposite. Nobody stood a chance against Mehdi. Even when Mehdi had bad arguments where he was doing shit where I was like, bro, I wouldn't have went this route. Mehdi was had some stuff that was just not good arguments that I would have made that I don't think was strong arguments, and they still couldn't handle it. That was embarrassing. And Jordan couldn't handle damn near one person because these people, this atheists, they don't play about that atheism shit. Fuck out of here. Yeah, like the psychology shit, like Jordan ain't always wrong, but when he get into politics and social structure, social issues, you join the Discord, YouTube, I don't know which one. You join the hold on, I'm finna post it. It's been posted in here. Hold on 1 second. That's the Discord. Join it, and then I'm gonna be in the stream chat. I'm in the general chat. Well, you gotta verify yourself. Hold on, y'all. Okay, you join. So, did you verify yourself? Because if you verify yourself, I'm in the general chat. You just have to verify yourself. Yeah, I'm in the general chat. You should be able to see it. Yeah, because you typed in here, you should be able to join. We got somebody that actually wasn't scared to join me to voice their disagreements in real time, y'all. No, you gotta join. I can't see you. You gotta join the general chat. If you look at the chats, it's a voice chat when you gotta join. I'm in there. You can see my name. You join general chat. Damn, bro. You gotta join here. I just tagged you, not a personal one. You know what? Fuck it. Just to get this shit done. Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a little lag though.
Well, if you watching the stream, don't watch the stream. Just make sure you just talking straight.
Oh, so don't watch the YouTube one?
Yeah, because, well, you can't listen to that and then talk to me because then you're going to hear it later.
I just muted the stream.
Yeah. Just talk straight into Discord, because otherwise it's gonna tweak you out. Okay, so you did.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah. Nah, man. Yeah, I was just confused about the ending of the back and forth.
What you mean the ending?
Well, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to give you from my vantage point, because I watched the whole stream of how Dean went in on Buddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I saw I admit I saw because I follow you, you know what I'm saying? I subscribe to your shit, so I fuck with you, but I saw the thing and I was like, damn, that's not how it went down though, because the way it seems on your thumbnail, it just didn't, you know what I'm saying? It just, that's why I said, yo, bro, that's kind of weird. Like, you ain't giving the benefit of the doubt. And then I watched Dean shit, and then I watched your shit after.
Who shit?
I watched Dean
who
shit.
you say? Oh, Dean. Okay.
Yeah. This is a Dean conversation, right?
No, I know. I didn't know. I couldn't hear the words you said, but go ahead.
Oh yeah. No. Then I watched the Dean stream again, and he walked back what he said. You know what I'm saying? I don't really. I just listen. You know what I'm saying? I just listen for both of y'all. I just listen. I don't really say much.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was disingenuous for you to, you know what I'm saying, put that up there like that. But it wasn't personal. Like, I wasn't trying to knock you or nothing like that. But I was just trying to say, like, bro, like. And then I watched your shit, and then I was like, all right, so, you know what I'm saying? But then with the texting back and forth, it was kind of like, bro, you just didn't want to take an L and say, okay, maybe I shouldn't have did it like that. That's all I was trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't no problem. I don't have no problem with you at all. Like, bro, like, I fuck with your shit. That's what I'm saying. But my thing was, it was just me as a fan. It was kind of disingenuous to knock somebody who's kind of in your same realm. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of weird.
Well, when I made that and posted it, it was before Dean, or I'm not gonna say it was before. To my understanding, I think I posted that and didn't even see Dean's response. After I know he made a video trying to walk back whatever he did or whatever, but I posted that before that happened.
Yeah. No, but to your credit, I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but to your credit, you were right. I didn't watch yours before I watched Dean's Walk It Back.
Yeah,
that's when I watched yours after I watched Dean's Walk It Back.
Yeah, so Dean walked, or even if he did, I think he did 2 walkbacks. He did one where he kind of was like, he was in one video was like, I shouldn't have did that, and then he did one full dedicated like video or segment to walking it back, and I think that's what he did after
I never
mine.
saw that one.
So when I did mine, it was just addressing what had happened at that point in time. But either way, the reason I get, you kept saying you was like, you fuck with me, and you didn't really, it wasn't like a fuck you type of thing. It wasn't like I don't like you type of thing. But the reason I was upset about it is because it's like it's like people are spending more time like, you know, you kind of, you downing somebody on your side when, you know what I'm saying, I guess from your perspective, you was like, he walked it back. But my issue was, the time you're spending telling me I shouldn't have did that is the time you should be spending telling him he was wrong. Because one, I more think Dean is on my side than he's not. But that was so problematic that anybody that agrees with him shouldn't let it go. That wasn't like a, you know, like people are jumping on AOC. I'm not trying to force you into a conversation you may not be ready for, whatever. I'm not saying you're not, but everybody's against AOC for how she just voted on MTG's bill and whatnot, where I think the reaction is way more over the top than it should be because they're just not understanding what the bill was saying. And I want to call that out because it's like y'all are losing sight of the bigger picture. Dean's behavior isn't acceptable even if I agree with his politics, period. You know what I'm saying? Like what Dean did, you're calling CPS on a guy that disagreed with you about Trump. Although the guy was stupid as fuck, he didn't know what he was trying to say. And by all means, he was trying to defend Trump, which I said all of that in the video. He went about that 99% the wrong way. The 1% is the guy shouldn't have said the shit. The guy was stupid. But to come at me and like and yes, when we make thumbnails and titles, you want it to be engaging. You don't want your shit to be boring. You want people to watch your video.
I got that. But That's what I'm saying. But the thing that I think that's being misplaced in this whole conversation with the Dean shit is what the dude actually really said, which was foul. Dean's reaction was over the top. I'm not trying to say his action wasn't over the top. His action was over the top because I saw it in real time. In real time, I'm like, damn, bro, like you going a little bit too far. But at the same time, what the dude said was fucking crazy. And I don't even know all the ins and outs of what he had going on with his wife afterwards. So I listened to the next day, and his wife was on there, and she was on another level with the whole thing too. So it was kind of like the substance of what he was saying about these people was actually on point.
I
he had a
disagree.
point. He had a point. He had a point with he was saying about this because you know what I'm saying. People just can't come up here and say certain shit about kids and shit and let that shit slide. Like that's foul, bro.
I just disagree. I think what they were saying was stupid, but I don't think it was what Dean was accusing them of. Dean was trying to accuse them of I can put my child into. I'm tampering my language for the video. I think Dean was saying Dean was trying to argue that I can put my child into a compromising position because they can't consent. That I don't think that's what they were trying to say.
The dude said that though. He said he wouldn't do it to his child, but other people have the right to do that.
No, he was and this is me being generous. But if you're being honest about the situation, he was saying that children don't have consent, but that does not mean that we're going to put our children into a position to where they'll be harmed. But the problem is they was so hell-bent on trying to defend Trump that they had no idea how to hold these positions at the same time because they knew because it was some bullshit trying to defend Trump's actions. So we can acknowledge that they were MAGA to the fullest, but to say that they were trying to say that I don't care that I'll put my child in harm's way. That's not honest.
I'm not saying they were. I'm not saying that they were saying. I'm not saying that they were saying that about their own children, which is where I understand.
I don't think they said about any children.
No, he said that about he. That's what I'm saying. He alluded to. He didn't say it in a manner that was saying that he agreed with everything. But if I don't agree with the CPS being called on him and all that shit. The problem with the MAGA people is, and I'm definitely not a MAGA person. I'm definitely left leaning.
No, I
the problem with the whole situation is they don't have a filter where they have a cutoff valve. So anything that he does or says, Trump. I'm talking about Trump now. Everything he does or says, they run with it. But that's what I think Dean was trying to point out, is that these people are going over the edge and saying things that just normal people don't really say though. Like just like average people don't really have that conversation to where they even bridge that argument where Dean can say, "Oh well, you should call CP." I don't agree with that part. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you that Dean's reaction was over the top, but I think the misplaced rage is on Dean instead of the person who said it. And I don't think there should be rage or people should go and harass this person or nothing like that. But it should be more of like, yo, people out here are fucked up.
But
you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, like I said, man, I don't know, man. I mean, my thing was, I just wanted to. I didn't want you to get the vibe from me that I'm trying to knock you, because like I said, bro, I'm not trying to be on some funny shit. I fuck with you.
No, I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a fan, and I mean that though. Like I'm not trying to say.
No,
like,
I hear you.
I'm an occasional fan. Like I fuck with you. I subscribe to your shit and I watch your videos. 99% of the time we agree. I got onto you because you did that flat Earth shit with Lord Jamar, and I was like, bro, this is fucking hilarious. Because you know what I'm saying. And then after that, I started watching more of your videos.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, it's okay to disagree.
No,
it's okay
listen,
for me and you to disagree.
I'm not. I don't argue in my comments because people disagree. I'm not assuming you read my comments, but when people engage with me, even if they disagree, if it's like an honest and not insulting disagreement, I just match energy. If I feel like you coming to me, I'm gonna talk to you crazy. If you just have a disagreement, I'm just gonna engage with your disagreement as two people just have different point of views. You can look through any of my comments. If people just are disagreeing with me, I don't come at them crazy. But I feel like if you come at, I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but when people come at me crazy in the comments, I'm talking to them crazy. But regardless, the damn, I got off track. So what I'm saying is, I lost my train of thought because I addressed something else first. But my point is, Dean's behavior was worse than the interpretation of those people's behavior. Oh, that's what I was going to say. What I was going to ask you was, do you truly believe, like, if you're being 1,000% honest with your being as a person in your soul, do you believe that that man was living a life where he would put his children at harm? That's what I was going to ask you.
I believe the short answer to that is possibly, because he said what he said. Like, you see what I'm saying? People don't. If people don't say shit that they don't really mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people will do that lie and shit, but then when they come up here and they're doing this whole fanatic thing where they're defending Trump and all that shit, they really mean what they saying. And the way he went in with that conversation, the dude, Dean kind of walked him into the shit.
But that's
where I think that's where the fucking part happened, where the dude didn't really know how to backtrack and say to himself, like,
I agree,
whoa,
but
I'm going over the edge here.
That's the reason I put more blame onto Dean, because Dean, this is his job. He knows what he's doing. He's supposed to be talking to normal, everyday Americans that clearly we know no better. And not only that, they don't know how to debate. So I can't. That's like me holding this platform, bringing on. I'm not as knowledgeable in politics as Dean, but that's like me just getting on this platform and asking my like 13-year-old niece, like, how does YouTube work? And when she starts talking, I like catch her up and then try to make her look dumb because she don't know how this works, but she's just talking because she thinks she knows. That's the equivalent to me. Is like when you're a debater in a YouTuber / entertainer, your goals is not the same as this person is calling you, telling you how they really feel in their heart. And so to me, Dean is starting to fall into this place of, I want to catch more clips and more views to make somebody look stupid that may or may not deserve it. Now, I'm not going to say that some people don't deserve to look stupid, but I think that situation in particular felt egregious because of how far he went. He could have made that man look very stupid without trying to call CPS on him. He deserved to look dumb. I'm not saying he can't make him look dumb, but being the CPS shit, facial recognition, that was my problem. And I don't know if you,
that part I agree.
Yeah, so I don't know if you caught it in my video. I'm not saying you didn't watch it, but I mean, you sound like you say you watched it. But it was a part in there where I said the man has done enough to make him look dumb. Like, you could have exposed him for being a MAGA fucking tard without saying let's call CPS. That was my issue.
That's where I said when I watched your video, I said, okay, now I agree with what you're saying, because I thought that in real time. I'm like, bro, like, it's not. I don't think the dude's doing this to his kids. Number one. Number two, Dean walked him into something that dude had no business being in the conversation with. You know
yeah. He definitely walked him into that position too, and that was part of my problem.
Right. The other part about it is you have to recognize Dean's age. I'm an older black man. You know what I'm saying? And I listen to this shit, and I'm watching a kid speak to other older adults, and he's sunning them because he, like you said, he knows his statistics and all that bullshit. But I think that's the other part about it, is that he's still a 20-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna do some childish, dumbass shit. But I want to say one thing before I get off this thing. But bro, I think that I would. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna do this, but I would want you to do the legwork and do this stuff, because there's not enough black creators out there, and that's the thing that I've been looking for the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably as closest as I've come to. Actually taps into some of the politics shit. So I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And I would hope that you know what I'm saying, in the future that you would go into those arenas and do some more politics. I mean, I'm not I'm begging you to, but you know
You cut out. You cut out. You cut
like
out.
I said,
You cut out. What did you
but
say?
you know what I'm saying? There's no malice, no hard feelings, no nothing, man. I just appreciate you showing me how to do this. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you.
I got the gist of what you said. You cut out for like the last 20 seconds, but I think I heard what you said. But I do appreciate that. And you're the first. Are you the first? You're probably the first person that I had a disagreement with in my comments that actually came onto stream in real time to talk about it. And I appreciate and respect that, because a lot of people just, they not willing to do that. And you said you wasn't even trying to be confrontational, but I like what saying in the chat, like you're like, I think you're the first person to do that, and I appreciate you. And it's just like when people in the comments saying stuff, you just need to talk in real time to understand one another. And I appreciate you telling me you appreciate what I'm doing. I don't know if you know, but I am part of the Unfuck America tour, which is something that Dean chose to distance himself from because of reasons that I also disagree with. This is part of why I had to call out Dean.
I don't know the ins and outs of that shit, but yeah, I don't the whole him and Parker and all that hairy shit. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I follow you and them.
I follow them too. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't watch their content.
And the Watch TV dude, I follow him too. So you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, we're a community, man. Watch is my nigga, man. And Random University, if you ain't following Random University, you need to follow him. I agree. I follow Dean and Parker. I haven't unsubscribed from them, but I don't like especially because they're so young. I don't want them to be so audience captured that they have to succumb to whatever they think their audience wants, because they're so young and they have a lot going for them. They can't start going into this, I'm going to do whatever my audience say. Like the leaving Unfuck America, I think, was ridiculous for their position, you know? So I don't want them to start even ditching Harry Sisson. I don't think they should have done that. It's just
that's to me that was stupid.
Yeah,
it made them look kind of lame with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I fuck with Parker more than I fuck with Dean, but that shit, I don't agree with Parker with this. That's kind of lame, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their personal things they go through whatever time, but if you rock with somebody, you fuck with them no matter what. Like,
yeah, and that's my thing. It feels fake, because imagine your real life friend offer you, like, say you're not on YouTube, your real life friend is single and just texting a bunch of girls on Snapchat. And then he gets caught. You're not his friend anymore? That's crazy.
Right, yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean, we're grown men though.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah. They early 20s, but I didn't do that in my early 20s, so it's just hard for me to relate.
Yeah, me neither. Well, I didn't have the ability to text in my early 20s either, so you know. Man. I'm great. I'm glad we had this conversation, man. I appreciate you, bro.
No, yeah. Hey, if you want, man, hang around Discord. We just talk about stuff. If you want, if you don't, it's all good. But you know,
more money.
I appreciate you too, bro.
All right, peace.
Shout out Chris. Who that for life, Chris? Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said that Jubilee video, how did Mehdi not have some hard liquor with him for each engagement is beyond me. And don't mean the cheap shit. I mean that Don Julio. Yo, bro, like it is it's pretty eye-opening that people like that exist. Like you hear about it, you kind of think it, but it's just like Nick Fuentes don't seem like somebody else you will run into. You feel me? But he was damn near Nick Fuentes 2.0, and Nick might be breeding these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it is, and that's why I'm not against Jubilee like platforming these people, because that man was not on any of our radars. Here come Jubilee showing us he's clearly a content creator that people follow. He has some type of following. These people exist, and we can't ignore them, because if we ignore them, they're just gonna keep building and building in the background. We gotta shut their ass down publicly. Period. Like it's just, that's the only way you go about it. Deport them motherfuckers for the legal right. Shit, if somebody gonna get deported, deport them before you deport some people that's crossing the border for a better life. Fuck out of here, bro. They like homegrown criminals commit worse acts. The worst acts ever known to America's history has not been by some illegal immigrants. What the fuck are we talking about? What the pretty boy name is? What's his name? Y'all help me out. What's that? What's the I think it was the 70s or 80s, the Hispanic guy that was killing people in California. What's that man name? He, like the women was thirsting for him. It was in California. I think it was the 80s or 70s. Oh, what's that man name? He was a serial killer, y'all. What's that man name? Somebody please say it in chat. I don't be racist and just say Jose, because that's not his name. Ramirez? What the fuck was this man's name, y'all? Somebody please say it in the chat, because I just want to see if he's a legal immigrant, because he's the only Hispanic person I know that was a serial killer off the top of my head. I'm gonna just look up notorious serial killers. Richard Ramirez. I was close. Richard Ramirez. Let me see if he was I bet you he was born in America. He was born in America. Like I said, the most heinous criminal people in America have been American citizens. Why they're sitting there trying to act like illegal immigrants are causing the worst crimes known to man? It's fucking annoying. Wise, what you on with me, bro? Damn. I just bigged you up like 17 times, and then you come in here saying, wait, you called me? I'm looking for a serial killer's name, and you say Logics. What the fuck? You said Ted Bundy. Mark, no, I said the Hispanic man. You said Ted Bundy. Oh, shit. Yeah, it was Richard Ramirez, one of the most notorious serial killers in U.S. history. No, I don't think any of the most notorious evil people in American history have been illegal immigrants. And it's like, when they do something heinous, it's like, oh, get rid of them all because they're criminals. It's like, bro, y'all need to stop. This is insane. Like, how do people expect unity to happen when we literally harbor people openly admit to being white nationalists? Yeah, that's a fact. Like you said, like if it's just funny because if you are a fascist, we're not even wrong to get rid of you because you don't even believe you're literally here while not trying to abide by what we deem as the American project. So you can go. Let's look, $1,000 to deport yourself. Give the white nationalists and fascists $1,000 to remove themselves from America. What's the big deal? If you're gonna give $1,000 to people that come here to work and they're just not documented and they just want to work to have a better life, why are we giving them $1,000 to leave? Let's give $1,000 to people like Pine Sap that don't believe in anything that this country stands for in the slightest. Give them $1,000 and they can dip. Period. Yeah, Watts, I don't need you getting fired on my watch. It ain't on me, nigga. Good night, nigga. He'll hit your shins with a scooter. God damn. You gotta throw hands if you run into me with a scooter, bro. That's fucked, bro.
Are suing.
All right, this is the last video of the night. It's not even long though. So for those that damn, I'm drunk as hell. For those that ready to call it, this not long, but we are. Candace Owen is getting sued by Emmanuel Macron for all this Brigitte Macron is a man shit. Candace is being sued for that bullshit. I'm happy to see it because she's full of shit and she's been peddling this nonsense for a few years at this point. And I'm glad they're finally suing her. And I think they're doing this now because of the overturning of they appealed the lawsuit that Brigitte won from the 2 journalists that was calling her a man. They overturned that lawsuit. And then that made Candace go harder. So now they're probably deciding to sue her. And I'm glad.
Right-wing podcaster and conspiracy theorist Candace Owens. The defamation lawsuit filed today in Delaware claims that Owens has engaged in a, quote, relentless and unjustified smear campaign against the couple. The complaint goes on to allege that Owens spread outrageous conspiracy theories. France's first lady could be a...
Jake, what the fuck is going on, bro? What the fuck, Jake? Is he okay? Could not say that shit.
The defamation lawsuit filed today in Delaware claims that Owens has engaged in a, quote, relentless and unjustified smear campaign against the couple. The complaint goes on to allege that Owens spread outrageous conspiracy theories. That France's first lady could be a man, that the Macrons are related in committing incest, and that the Macrons, the couple, is being controlled by the CIA. Obviously, those are deranged claims. In response to the filing, Owens posted a screenshot of a news story about the lawsuit on her Instagram page and wrote, "I will be coming."
Candace posted, Macron's filed U.S. lawsuit over claims France's first lady was born male. Candace put the scare face emojis, and then she posted, "I'll be coming for this wig today. Stay tuned." I mean, yeah, that's 9 times out of 10. That's a fucking wig on her head, and no, 10 times out of 10, that's a wig on her head. But but regardless, that doesn't change the fact. That doesn't make her a man because she's wearing a male because she's wearing a wig. That doesn't change anything. D-Nice, what your cackling ass laughing at, boy?
Coming for this wig today. Stay tuned. Owens has, of course, a history of all sorts of deranged conspiracy theories and vile anti-Semitic rhetoric. She was temporarily suspended from YouTube for
This little goofy ass smile, boy.
Anti-Semitic rhetoric.
I can't stand this woman, bro. She's pure evil, and that's why. She's just evil.
She was temporarily suspended from YouTube for anti-LGBT comments. Joining us now to discuss is Tom Clare, the lawyer for the Macrons, Emmanuel and Brigitte. And we should note that if people recognize you, they might remember you from the Dominion case suing Fox News for defamation, which resulted in a $787.5 million settlement from Fox, but who's counting? So the lawsuit claims that this has been a year-long campaign by Candace Owens. Why are the Macrons suing now? Like, what changed? Why?
I think because I'm gonna give my opinion. He gonna elaborate. I think my opinion is because it culminated in her going harder because that appeal got they went through with that appeal. So the Macrons is like, we need to put this shit to bed because now that they got that appeal, Candace is probably gonna go harder on this situation. Candace has been going hard before the appeal, so imagine where now she feels like she could do a victory lap because they overturned that lawsuit that Brigitte won. So they're like, you know what? No, we need to just put this shit to bed so Candace can't do. I feel like she probably got a cease and desist already. I could be wrong, but I feel like she got one already. Maybe not, but she ain't stopped. And now she feel like she could do a victory lap. So it's time. These people have tried to ignore her for the longest. He just said they've been doing this for a year. They've never sued her. She has not gotten sued up to this point, but she won't stop. So they have to stop. Like, who the fuck wants to keep dealing with a woman that actually has some fucking name recognition to keep slandering your wife? Fucking, I wish I would just let somebody slander my wife for a year. You gotta do something if she won't stop.
Why sue now?
Well, this was really a last resort. We have attempted to engage with her for the last year, putting evidence in front of her request after request after request that she just simply do the right thing. This is not a legal thing.
He can't. No, Candace claiming she won that bet, devious. She didn't win. The bet was about her actually being a man. When Candace is like, Piers, you owe me because this appeal because they overturned that lawsuit. This didn't confirm that she's a male. They didn't confirm she's a male. All they said was it was based. They felt like it was like the accusation was part of their free speech. That's all it meant. It just meant they had the right to say it. It don't mean that she's actually a male.
Do the right thing, tell the truth, stop spreading these lies. And
I can imagine being married to Candace because, like, imagine you just, like, trying to lay up with her. She's like, look, you see that dick imprint, hubby? Look, this is a man. She has a dick imprint, and it's like a Photoshop picture and shit.
Each time we've done that, she mocked the Macrons. She mocked our efforts to set the record straight. She refused to retract what she had said. She started a merch campaign. She's selling T-shirts mocking and celebrating her defamation of them. And enough is enough. It was time to hold her accountable for this campaign.
Random. He said, you know, she honestly, bro, not to be a misogynist, but it's no way that's all you want in your life, bro. And he in like his 40s or 50s, bro. In your 40s and 50s, and you. No, bro. No.
So your lawsuit alleges, quote, every time the Macrons leave their home, they do so knowing that countless people have heard and many believe these vile fabrications. It is invasive, dehumanizing, and deeply unjust. Some people out there might think, really, the first couple of France can't leave their home in France?
He said, don't get canceled.
Without worrying that people believe the deranged nonsense from this American podcaster?
Yeah, what people don't really understand, and a lot of people can go on TV and talk about the president, talk about the first lady, you know, pundits can get on and talk about them, but what people forget is these are human beings. These are a married couple.
They're people.
They have a social life, they have a private life together, they have the same feelings and the same hurt from these sorts of defamatory statements as anybody would. And it does have a material impact on them. It is, you know, it's incredibly upsetting to have this said year after year. And this sort of falsehood is a cancer, and it metastasizes into obviously the media, but it also metastasizes into other circles that they're running in. They get asked about it, of course, even in the circles that they run in. They get asked about these campaigns, and they shouldn't have to go through that.
It's pretty horrible. She also engages in Holocaust denial and all sorts of anti-Semitism. She just posted a video reacting to the lawsuit. She calls it a, quote, obvious and desperate public relations strategy. What's your response?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank her for that reaction to the lawsuit. She's only helping us with our claim for punitive damages by expressing no remorse and obviously doubling down on these falsehoods. But I don't think she's going to feel the same way about this being a public relations stunt after her deposition and after she has to sit for trial.
So you're alleging that Candace Owen made these allegations despite knowing that they were false. I don't know that she knows they're false. I mean, she says a lot of crazy, just completely insane, hateful stuff about Jews, about the Holocaust, about, like, I don't know what she knows to be true or not. She says a lot of lies. How do you know that she's lying as opposed to a deeply disturbed individual? Well, it could be both, of course.
Right.
It's one of the reasons why our complaint is 219 pages long. We wanted to lay out exactly that. We wanted to explain to the court, and we wanted to explain to the people that will see our lawsuit how we can prove that she knows it's false. We allege that there's evidence that she knew it was false when she started this campaign over a year ago. She started relying on things she knew was discredited. But then over the past year, when we have put this information directly in front of her.
You can't just be chilling in the bed like, baby, do you think the earth is flat? I'll be like, bro. Because if you truly entertain the flat earth, it's just nowhere up from that point. There's no way but down from entertaining the flat earth. There's no way but down. Evolution, I can give you a little leeway because evolution is very complicated to understand. The flat earth isn't.
Even if you want to give her a pass for the early crazy stuff that she said, after we put facts and information in front of her, black and white, multiple times.
What? Like the First Lady's birth certificate? Like what kind of facts?
Yeah, we have laid out extensive evidence in our complaint demonstrating that she was born a woman. She's always been a woman. And the allegations of CIA control conspiracy and the incest and all the other things are demonstrably false. Putting aside the fact that they are all inherently implausible, what you said at the outset is obviously really important. In our system, if you're making an inherently implausible allegation, the standard is higher. You have to come forward with better evidence if you're going to say it. She has none of it. All she's done is mock them and ridiculed them and repeated it.
There are a bunch of these hate mongers out there that have been saying the same thing about Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States. Do you think she should sue?
Well, I haven't looked at her claim, but I believe that everybody has a right to their reputation, and I think our Constitution makes that very clear. Defamation is not protected by the First Amendment, and if it's impacting Michelle Obama or anybody else, they have a right to access our court system and have a trial. In our system, that's the way we determine truth or falsity. We do it in court, we do it with rules, we do it with legal standards, and it's a place where evidence matters, and that's why we've taken Candace to court where we can actually have a trial on the truth.
You're asking for punitive damages. How much money do you want, and do you want her to apologize?
Well, we'd love an apology, of course. A court can't order her to apologize, and based on her conduct, especially today, we don't expect her to do anything other than double down. We'll put forward our damage claim at trial, but if she continues to double down between now and the time of trial, it'll be a substantial award.
What can you give me an idea?
Because knowing Candace, her MO, she's gonna put on the front that she's confident, she don't give a fuck because she believes that she's so right. So she's kind of fucked either way, because she's either gonna, like he said, she's gonna double down. If my read of Candace is correct, she's gonna double down and make this worse on herself, and end up having to pay up handsomely, or she's gonna have to ignore it just to try to get by without the worst outcome. And her fan base won't like that. I'm glad that they're doing this. I'm so glad. Ali, I don't think it's gonna go to trial. And if it the thing is, this is nice, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm 99% sure that Brigitte is a female. I believe, I don't have a reason, like at 2025, it's like if she wasn't, admit it. It's not worth this. I don't think they would even sue if it was a question. They wouldn't even sue. So the problem is, if she's actually a woman, it won't go to trial. If she's not a woman, they wouldn't sue. That's how I feel. And the problem is, I don't know the ethics behind a situation like this. I don't even know if there's something we could reference to this type of situation to even have a precedent for how it could turn out. Like, I don't know. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Random. I don't see this going to trial. Like, this is not going to go to trial. It's just not, because it's too easy to confirm. First of all, confirmation is easy enough. And I think that Candace is obviously malicious, because there's no other reason to give a fuck this much about the sex of the French First Lady. It just doesn't, it's no relevance to you or your life besides just stirring up shit. And if she loses, matter of fact, no, fuck that. When Candace loses, I hope that her following realizes how full of shit she is and leaves her. Because this is ridiculous. This is stupid. There's no reason you should be getting sued for calling a fucking 70-year-old woman born a man. Like, it's just fucking ridiculous that this is even at this point.
Yeah, are we talking about, I mean, the last time you were involved in something, the settlement was $787.5 billion. That was Fox News for their many, many lies about Dominion software. Fox News.
Jake is hilarious. He keeps trying to stress, like, yeah, because Jake is hilarious. Like, I don't like the fact that he did this stupid ass book on Joe Biden, and not because I'm a Joe Biden stan, but because it just feels, opportunistic-y. It's just annoying. But outside of that, he's like, yeah. So y'all know that Fox and Dominion, they got the hold on, because don't forget that Fox got sued for $778 million, almost $800 million for the Dominion lawsuit, the only news station to have sued for that much amount of money, the biggest defamation lawsuit ever in American history. You know, don't forget that almost $800 million by Fox, which is now the biggest news station, the most profitable news station in America, was sued for almost $800 million. And they're still in business, so yeah, $800 million.
Are you looking for that kind of settlement? She doesn't have $787.5 million.
Well, you look at what happened with Alex Jones, and there are juries understand that there is an inherently large value to somebody's reputation. And if you're going to say these vile things, and if you're going to repeat them to a significant audience, as she has over 5 million followers. And her lies have metastasized into actual publications. So we see other publications that pick up on it and they report on it. And when you ask them, when we reached out to them and say, what's your basis for this? They point back to her.
What are the other publications?
You're right, DK. They didn't get sued for it. That's just the settlement. You're right.
They're detailed in the complaint. We've seen Newsweek and New York Post and others have pointed to her as the source.
Yeah, Chris, it's like Alex Jones got sued for, was it a bill or almost a bill? Was it a bill or almost a bill? I may be totally overshooting. I feel like it was close. It was a lot of fucking money for a singular man. I may be drunk as hell, and it may not be a bill. But I don't know why a bill is in my head. Maybe I'm thinking about the Fox lawsuit being almost a bill. But, yes, Alex Jones, you just fucking lied for years or months or whatever, got sued into oblivion, and people still out here doing shit like that. I don't know what Candace... And that's where it be fucked up, because it's like, do you really believe this, or are you just picking shit to have your audience engage with you? Because if you're going to go that route where you just want your audience to be engaged with some type of conspiracy, do something less detrimental to your reputation. Do the vaccine shit. That's what, ain't that what they do now? Her View. I sent a video from Her View to Professor Dave. I hope he sees it and covers it, because I don't have the knowledge or the information to combat all of the bullshit that I was hearing on Her View, which is their version of The View. No, not Her View. I'm sorry. Her Take, which is the conservatives' version of The View. And they were talking about the Hep vaccine. It was just so much bullshit that I just understood was stupid, but don't have the esoteric language to combat it, and all of the scientific facts to combat it. But I just knew, as a layman that understands science, that they were just stupid as fuck.
Of their reporting on this.
But they're asserting it as if it's true based on what Candace Owens is saying?
They repeat what Candace has said, and they cite her as a source. And so when they fall back on her, but she is at the epicenter of this campaign. That's why we picked her. That's why we're going for her, is because she is the one whose lies are metastasizing and spreading. And she, under our system of defamation, is liable for all those republications.
Are you not worried at all that the fact is that this is a disturbed individual, Candace Owens, who loves attention, loves the fact that we're talking about her on CNN? She doesn't, whatever happened to her as a child, like, she doesn't care that the attention's negative, she just likes it?
Yeah.
And you're bringing her more?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously goes into the mix, and we did not do this as our first choice. But Jake, if that mindset allowed the Macrons to sit back, that's how disinformation takes root.
Right.
That's how disinformation wins, is you've got to take that first step, and you've got to take a principled step. And I applaud the Macrons for their courage in taking this on.
All right, Tom Claire, thanks so much for being here.
If tariffs worked, Trump wouldn't have to go.
Okay. All right, man. Even Jake calling her Chuck. Yeah, man. Jake not finna entertain that bullshit. Like she's full of shit. Like, and there's no other way to put it. Like, she's full of shit. She's full of shit. But we made it to the end of the stream tonight, man. Appreciate and love each and every one of y'all, man. Everybody that came to this stream and hung out with me for these few hours. We're gonna call it tonight. Thank you, Chris, for the super chat you sent today. I really appreciate you. Make sure you, bro, I don't know if you be in Discord, man. Make sure you join my Discord. It's in the bio of all my videos and the stream, all that good shit. Thank you, everybody that came through tonight and hung out, kicked it, spoke. If you made this important stream, man, make sure you leave a like, comment, sub. If not one in all three, share the stream with your friends, family, kinfolk, associates, colleagues, and all that shit. Share any video you think that entertain or educate them. Make sure you join the Discord if you want to ever talk to me in real time while I'm streaming, or if you want to disagree with me, agree with me, any of that, talk with folk with similar interests, all that shit. What else? Should be getting videos throughout this week. Probably stream maybe one more time between today and Saturday. I'll probably get one more stream in here. Gonna start doing more. Make sure y'all join the sub to the gaming channel too if you're interested in gaming, where I post gaming news and stream gameplay videos and all that shit. Mid South Gaming 2, where me and Rasta Fuego, D Nice TV, where we upload gaming content and all that shit. All that shit is in the bio on my channel, man. But appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Make sure to stream. Make sure you leave a like, comment, sub. If not one, then all three. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.